Welcome to Talk the Kēki, not in Iran.
Konnichi fucking wa.
Konnichiwa.
Hello everyone and welcome to the penultimate episode of Talk the Kēki. Lots of stuff happened. I had a convention. I'll talk about that later.
Gee, you can't tell by your fucking face?
Yeah, it's shaving off. I hate it too. We got like 10 or so finales to talk about.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, you do look a little younger. Now that I really I'm paying attention to you. Like, really.
Yeah, I'm like 25 or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back. I'm Matt.
I should say no. You're saying that I'm supposed to say Okaide Nasai. Okaide Nasai, Matt-kun.
Arigato. Anyway, to join me as always, Ethan, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? I'm excited. Over these next couple weeks, I am very fucking excited.
I am too. Oh, so much.
Did you get a chance to listen to me and Starman?
A little bit. I listened to a little bit. And shout out to Starman for taking over from when I was away. You guys did Keki Shop with Reincarnated as a Slime, a little bit of rom-com, talked about his watch list.
It's funny because he was like, I prepared to do a whole episode like you guys, and I was like, I am
no, these are shorter, man.
I have not caught up at all. No way, Jose.
Yeah, they are short.
Indeed.
But no, again, he'll be. Don't worry, guys. He'll be back next week with us when we do our awards.
Another 4-hour special with the boys.
Yeah, the boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
Yeah, long fucking week. I made sure I was catching up on stuff even when I was at the convention.
Hi.
Yeah, which was great. Rejuvenated my love for cosplaying because I haven't done it since 2019. So a lot of fun. I got some new ones planned for when I do it in September.
I really want to do a cosplay for Lost Lands. I don't know what my crew wants to do though. I would love to do some sort of fucking Bleach cosplay, but I mean, there's others you can do, I suppose. You know, just depends on how much you want to spend and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah. I will be doing Vash Stampede, the new one.
There's so many Vashes, and it's so tough for me to because that arm is the most complicated piece without a.
Well, that's the thing. My friend said he could 3D print it. So
yeah, because you showed me. I think was it you or I saw it on Facebook or you showed me somebody of a Vash Stampede cosplay, and that arm just looked like shit to me. I was like, that looks so fucking like.
Well, again, that's something you gotta have to actually craft. And I sent a picture of my friend with the busted sword. He made that with 3D printing. Like hours and hours of work, and he said I could make you that arm. I was like, all right, if you can, then I will do this. I will do that outfit.
Did you pay him?
No, I will pay him. Yeah, I pay him materials. I pay him for paints.
Pay him with dick. I'm just kidding.
Oh well, that's under the table payments.
Under the table.
But a lot of the panels were French speaking, but that was expected because we are in French Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, we did have one English panel. It was cosplay photos, like how to do them, and that was really helpful.
Nice.
And then we did watch some independent anime.
Nice.
And a lot of them were great. I set one in the group chat during the eclipse. It was a 16-minute episode pilot. Very promising. So I hope that gets picked up. I think they're trying to campaign for it.
Nice.
So I can't wait for that. Oh, shall we get to the news? Because we have a lot to talk about. We got 2 weeks worth of episodes on some of them. Again, we have finales.
Can I be honest? I don't really feel like going through 2 weeks worth of fucking episodes.
Let's say we'll make the penultimate quick, like this happened, and then we'll talk about the actual finales. That's the ones I want to focus on.
Yeah, because I mean,
we'll do it like that. Let's say we'll talk about some highlights on the previous episode, and after this, we'll do it like that. Make it easier. But we do have news. We're gonna get to them right now because various pages. AnimeJapan 2023 happened, and they announced a shit ton of new seasons, original shows, new everything basically.
All in summer.
Majority in summer.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, it'll be more bullshit than Roman retaining Mania.
Oh, dude. I hope if that happens, I hope the people in LA set their seats on fire.
You're gonna have a Luger moment if Roman wins.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it'd be worse than Luger not getting it or Booker T not getting it.
Yeah, it would be really fucking bad.
It'd be that bad. I get you want to chase, but you cannot for this one. Absolutely not.
We should get on Monday maybe if you're free and talk about Mania.
Yeah, I'm off Tuesday, so I can talk about Mania with you for a bit. But I am drinking today. I am drinking my last cider from Iceland, Summersby.
Oh, cheers to that.
Yep, cheers to that. Now just
have water.
I'm sad this has to go, but I had this for like over a year now. So,
can you not order somewhere?
They don't have it. They don't have international shipping, so I have to be in Iceland to buy it and take it with me on the plane. So it's whenever I go to Iceland again.
How does that work with customs?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But if you buy it at the airport, it's fine.
You bought it at the airport?
Yeah. I bought it at the airport.
You paid fucking an arm and a leg and part of your toe.
Well, it wasn't that bad. It was like I bought 2 6-packs, and I think it was like about $20.
Oh, that isn't bad. That's surprising. I thought you were gonna tell me you paid like $30.
No, but it was really good. Like I had to have it. This is probably the best cider I had.
Nice. All
right, but let's move on. Flyer Hunter.
Chris, what's up, Chris?
How you doing, Chris? He has pain exposure for my friend's arm. Yeah, for making the 3D arm. Flyer Hunter is getting a season 2.
Then Matt caught up.
Yeah, I caught. That was the first man I finished. I was like, you know what? Let's just get this over with. I probably could have done that for Spy Classroom, but I was like, nope.
No, Spy Classroom, I lost the lead.
Yeah,
I know
it's done.
Starman tried to fucking play it up, and I'll let him play it up more on the finale, but no, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Gintama is coming back with a spinoff. Freezy class Ginpachi Sensei. I haven't watched Ginpachi. I probably should have when it came out, but I know people love it. It's very popular.
It's still among the top 10 all-time most popular anime ever.
Right.
I haven't seen it, but hey.
I heard good things, but it's like, damn, I guess I just had to be there.
And it's a long series too. That's something like you could binge quick.
100-something, yeah.
Multiple
movies.
You can't do that.
Alteria Ryza, Ever Darkness, and the Secret Hideout is getting a TV anime for summer 23. That's one of our summers.
One of 50.
Yeah. Dr. Stone is going to have a split core. So one half April, other half in October.
Thank God. I thought you were going to tell me summer. I was going to be like, fuck it.
No.
We're waiting until afterwards.
It said split core.
Honestly, that is an idea. Like, if it's going to be like a split core where it's going to continue in summer, like it kind of makes it like, don't even bother. Might as well just watch it in summer in a way, right?
Right. But at the same time, it would just as another one, and we gotta watch all that. Like, I'd just rather be caught up right then and there.
Yeah,
no. Undead Girl Murder Face is getting a TV anime for summer 23.
That sounds intriguing.
That's what I did pick up. Like, all right, I'll watch this one.
Please give me a synopsis, sir.
Let's get a synopsis. Okay, do we have one? Yes. The end of the 19th century, a vampire's wife is murdered, and the detective is known as the Cage User. Is called in to solve the crime, but there's more to the detective and the curtain bird cage he carries after all. When solving the case involving a monster, it might just take one to know one.
Sounds Vanitas-y.
A little bit. Hopefully, we'll see. Original anime Metallic Rogue is coming in winter 24. Looks like a cyberpunk type of thing. This one, I'll add it. Why not? support some originals.
Mm.
Another original TV anime, Kami Arabi, is announced for fall 23.
Mm.
Hope it's not like fucking apartment complex.
Oh God. You know, Brett, before you continue, I have a random question because I'm trying to organize. I'm very, very slowly getting through Attack on Titan.
Shoot.
And I'm trying to come up with like my list. And so I'm gonna watch as my first one when I'm done, Love for an Otaku. Love is Hard for an Otaku just because of the fact that it's a short series and it's only on Amazon Prime. But then I'm gonna go through like a Netflix binge. But before I go to the Netflix binge, tell me, would you rather I go through Summertime Rendering or Case Study of Vanitas?
Ooh.
Before I get to my Netflix binge.
Summer.
I was gonna say I'm feeling Summertime more.
Summertime a little bit, but Vanitas is still something you should watch.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick one first, it'd be Summertime.
Okay, I'm gonna put Summertime, then Case Study, and then I'm moving to Cyberpunk, Super Crooks, Bastard, Darwin, High Rise, Ragnarok.
Not Ragnarok.
No, I've started. I gotta finish it.
Okay.
It started. You know, it's funny. I started watching. It was funny. I was at my friend's house, and we were just hanging out, and she was like, "Oh, she's like, I heard Record of Ragnarok was really good." I was like, "Well, you know, I haven't seen the second half." She's like, "I saw it," because she started mentioning she started the Jack the Ripper fight, and I was like, "Oh, you happen to watch the best fight." So I was like, "All right, well, let's watch." Like, I haven't seen it, so let's put it on. So I put it on, and she's just like playing her Switch, and I was like, "You gonna watch it?" She's like, "No, I just talked about it." I was like, "Fuck, all right, well, I'm not gonna bother." I got to like halfway through like.
That is a great fight though, really good fight.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, so then that was just my question.
Okay, then Summertime.
All right, well, let's move on.
Alrighty. Given is getting another sequel movie.
Oh, I thought it was done.
No, the manga's almost done.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess I don't know if they're going to keep doing movies until it's over, or. But I'm okay. It's canon. It's a main story. It's continuing the act from the first movie.
Trying to put my balls on your drum set, baby.
Exactly. Original anime movie Bloody Escape is coming out in spring 24.
Mm-hmm.
So good one for there. Captain Tsubasa, another soccer anime, is getting a second season for fall 23. Urusei Yatsura is getting season 2 in 2024. Eternal Boys is getting a new episode and a recap movie for the ones that are into the idol scene. Let's see for this.
Never got into idol anime. Tried and never stuck with me.
Yeah. Quality Assurance in Another World is getting a TV anime in 2024. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is getting a season. Not season 2, a part 2 in summer 23. I did watch the finale with Chris at the convention. So
you gonna pick up the series?
No.
Okay.
He had a lot to catch up on, so I just watched various finales.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the convention, did you fill out I forgot the bingo card you did show me. Did someone get like piss poor drunk and had to carry them?
No. Bash did get tipsy a couple of times, but no one got flat out drunk.
I thought you were going alone. I didn't realize you went with Bash. That's nice.
Yeah. My friend Vern got double bingo, so he beat me by one bingo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So. Oh, well, I had it for a bit. I was second, Bash was third, and Chris was last.
Loser.
Drunk, Chris would have won.
Nah.
It did not happen. Light novel, Villainous, level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. Is getting a TV anime.
Okay. And you're frozen. No, Elon Musk. No. Let me write this down. 1440 Matt dropped. Where am I going for good old Sean? Need editing for 1439 until we'll leave it blank while Matt shows up. F. I know, Matt. I know, Chris. Fuck. Got to see Matt's ugly mug all frozen and shit. If I remove him and add him to the stream, he is blank. He is blank. All right. Need time to kill. Time to kill. Time to kill. I don't know what time to kill. How much time to kill do we need? Chris, do me a favor since you're watching on stream, you're watching my ugly mug. If you can you write off the top of your head what animes you're going to be watching for summer? I know we're going to talk about it next week during the end of the season, but since you're a constant commentator, why don't you throw some next seasonal anime that you're going to be watching in the spring, and I'll commentate on that while we wait for good old Matt to fucking come back. Internet died. Yes, Matt, I'm fully aware. No shit. LOL. Enter. Awkward ass silence. Yeah. Internet died. Died. Yeah, router down for a second. I'm quietly filling time on air. LOL. It's weird. It's weird. In the interim, while we're waiting, I can also might as well plug in my show for the one person who's watching. The what's it called? MMA for Marks page. We just recorded yesterday. Episode, I believe, is out now. Thank you, Chris, for getting that out so swiftly. Appreciate that. We went over UFC San Antonio, and we went over briefly the David Benavidez and Caleb Plant card, which was a stellar boxing card. Definitely would recommend it if there's anybody out there that enjoys boxing or just likes watching a good boxing fight. That entire card was really, really well. I know Andy and I are trying to come up with different ideas to try and get the platform, both W2M Network as well as our platform, kind of pushing and going. So you guys should stay tuned for some of the suggestions that we came up with to ourselves. We'll see what sticks and what doesn't with Sean, and hopefully we can try and boost the platform up a little bit, including Talk the Kēki as well. We want to basically, as we mentioned, boost up the W2M page and that cycle. And so we're really hoping that one of our ideas sticks and we're able to go through. Well, besides Demon Slayer and Dr. Stone, Oshinoko, and Hell's Paradise. Yes, we are. Wait, no, Oshinoko. I don't know if I'm watching Oshinoko. Hell's Paradise, I am definitely watching. It's looking for a signal. Damn it, Elon. Let me see. Am I watching Oshinoko? Oishinoko. Is it Oishi? It's Oshi. So it's Oishi. Oishi desu. Anime list. No, we're not going to anime list. We're going to browse. Browse. We're going to go to next season. Search. Oshi. Oshinoko. What is this? Pregnant young starlet appears in Goru Aminia's countryside medical clinic. The doctor takes upon himself safely and secretly deliver Hoshino's child so she can make a scandal-free return to the stage. But no good deed goes unpunished, and on the eve of her delivery, he finds himself slain at the hands of Ai's deluded stalker and subsequently reborn as Ai's child. Wow, okay. Aquamarine. They named the fucking child Aquamarine. The glitz and glamour showbiz hide the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry, threatening to dull the shine of his favorite star. Can he help his new mother rise to the top of the charts? And what will he do when unthinkable disaster strikes? What is this? Drama, mystery, psychological, supernatural. Interesting. Aquamarine. Can't believe they named their fucking child Aquamarine. Jesus Christ. It's back. Yay. Yay, it's back. Let's talk to Keki. Wait till Matt comes back before I do that. Yeah, we've got several on the docket. Like I said, we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, everyone's really looking forward to Hell's Paradise. That's one with major hype. I guess one that I can talk about really briefly.
Fucking Musk.
Goddamn Musk.
All right, what's your list here?
What? 2010. All right, 20. I was just letting Sean know.
But yeah, what was the last thing I announced?
Internet dropped. I haven't the fucking painter's clue. Repeat the last thing on your page, and I'll let you know if you said it.
Villain is level 99.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, that's getting an adaptation. Original anime, Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night.
Okay.
Is getting one in 2024.
Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night.
Yep.
Is that? I'm curious. Is there a synopsis for that?
Is there a synopsis for that? No.
Okay, move on.
Just a teaser. But
Tease these nuts.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. Because I want to get going.
Yeah.
Tales of Wedding Rings is getting a 2024 release date.
Oh, nice, Chris.
Oku the Inner Chambers is going to be on Netflix in summer 23. So it looks like it's Japanese history, so I might check that out. Depends.
Okay.
Yakitori is getting an anime adaptation in May 23 on Netflix. A Returner's Magic Should Be Special is getting a TV anime in 2023. Horimiya is getting a new anime series in summer 23.
Woo! I'm excited about that.
Yep, it's all the side stories they did not cover in the original. We're getting those. The official title is Horimiya Peace.
Is it what's it called? Is it going to be like a long series? They haven't decided. 12, 24.
I think it'll be a 12.
Probably be like a 12, right? Wasn't Horimiya 13?
Yeah,
it was 13. So maybe it was 13. Yeah. I wonder if we'll get more horny Mia.
We might.
Hory. Might get some horny hoary.
Exactly. Big one for me, ReZero. Season 3 confirmed.
I like ReZero too. It's your baby, but I like it too.
Yes.
I saw the image of the new witch.
Right.
Oh my god. I saw her naked. They saw the image of her naked coming out the bath. I was like, ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. You want to tell me which one that is, Matt?
No, I'm not telling you.
Okay.
All right. Web manga Senpai is in Oto Konoko. It's getting a TV anime. Girlfriend is coming back.
Yes.
In fall.
Protect Shino.
Protect Shino. Protect the best girl.
Best girl, Shino.
Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be a continuous course, so we're just going to keep running through summer and fall.
All right.
No breaks.
All right.
A Girl and Her God Dog is again a fall 23 premiere. Light novel Demon Lord 2099 is getting an anime adaptation. Bruno Stray Dogs is getting a 5th season in summer 23.
Bruno, or that was Bungo?
It was, I believe it's Bungo. Sorry,
yeah,
Bungo.
But Bruno Stray Dogs. The fuck
I said it wrong. All right, let's move on. Go, men. My Hero Academia season 7 is confirmed.
Yes.
Rurouni Kenshin reboot has a release date for summer 23. Trigun Stampede is getting an official sequel. We don't have a release date yet, but it is happening after Trigun Stampede ended.
Thank God.
Feud. Thank God.
Thank the heavens.
Blue Lock is getting a season 2 and a spin-off movie on that's going to focus on Nagi. I can't wait for that. Spy Family season 2 has a release date for fall 23. Rinkai is getting an anime adaptation. Looks like it's a bicycle type anime. High Card is getting a season 2 confirmed.
Yes.
Mononogatari.
By the way, that was a good end. By the way,
Yeah, same about the rest though. Mononogatari is getting a second season in summer 23.
Looking forward to that. Unfortunately, it had to be fucking summer.
I know, it had to be fucking summer. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out is getting a movie in June.
Yup. Looking forward to that.
And finally, Mushoku Tensei Season 2 coming out in summer 23.
Woo!
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Okay, that's all of them.
Sigh.
So much fucking news. All right, can we get to the reviews now?
Yeah, buddy. You get to keep talking.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's start with Beaufort because it's the only one that's not done.
All right.
And of course, episodes 11 and 12 are delayed by an extra week to have a better quality for these last two episodes.
Did it make your list?
No, it wasn't going to.
All right.
It was not going to.
All right.
Just too many good ones. That's it. It's just overshadowing. Everything else is just piling on top of it.
Piled.
Yep. Anyway, the actual main event is starting up. It's basically it's more survival stuff with your teammates and is collecting medals.
Okay.
So of course Maple's group, the other groups, they're all doing their thing. It's more focuses on Maple's team. They built the fort in like the middle of the map. So fuck everyone, I guess.
Okay.
And of course, Maple was setting up traps, and that didn't work out so well for them.
Not so much.
You know, she was trying to do too much, and then it just didn't work out. So that was it for that one. That was that. That was last week. 2 days. It's the next day. The admin set up a trap, so Maple's group is separated. Ruby, hello, Ruby.
Hello, Ruby.
Hello,
Ruby Soho. Hey.
No, it's Ruby Soso now.
Yeah, Ruby Soso now. No, we got Ruby Dempsey. Hey, Ruby.
Yeah, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Glad you could join us.
Indeed.
Do you know who she is?
Not a clue.
I don't either. All right. But we'll give you a shout out. We love you. We appreciate you for being here.
Hi.
Anyway, Maple's group got separated, all thanks to the evil admins who want to make this game hard. But some people are with other various groups. Basically random teamworks are happening. Sally is with Federica. Maple is with me. Forgot who Payne was with. They all fight monsters. And then cool, you're cool. All right. Basically they're all fighting bosses, stuff like this. They all get medals. So Sally offers the other guild captains to basically come crash with them. That way, strength in numbers, basically.
All right.
They do that. So they rebuild the little fortress more. And the episode ends with basically let's split up. Let's split up everyone. How do we shut up? Ignore me. But yeah, basically it's gonna be more splitting up team action. That's it for that. It was an okay. I wasn't crazy about these two episodes.
Right.
It's more of a rinse and repeat. It's a event going on. We get it, everyone's overpowered, but like nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing engaging with the characters.
All right.
So that's fine. Move along. All right, now it's for my finales. Woo! Blue Lock.
Thank God.
No, I love this. Stop. We picked up where we left off, where Isagi deflected the ball from Bachira.
Okay.
But the ball's in the air. They're both not near it.
Not love, ball.
Yeah. The ball. But Rin catches it, kicks it in right away. Goal, 5-4. Team Rin wins again. Isagi loses again. And so it's like, damn, okay. But that was quick. Like, not even 5 minutes in. Just straight up, 2 minutes. Rin catches the ball, kicks it. That's it. Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Rin's team was talking about who they should pick. Oh, we have an idea, but Rin just shuts them up, saying, "No, I am picking this time." And he chose Isagi. So he is separated from Nagi, Baru, as like Chigiri. He's separated from his friends, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, shame. Real shame.
Mm-hmm.
But despite Team Rin winning, he told Isagi that he did beat him, like in terms of actually like evolving as a striker.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he picked him. And while he's trying to get used to the new team and all this, he's back with Bachira. Isagi actually asked Ren, "So why did you beat me?" Basically, if like you said I beat you, but how did you win?
Mm-hmm.
And Ren said it was basically just luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight up luck. So Ego, the guy running the whole thing, told them that they are now going to the first selection. So since they're the first ones that made it across, they're the first team. They're the first team of 5. So they're going to fight the World 5 in a game. So
they're gonna get destroyed.
They did, actually.
Of course.
They legit did.
Japan versus the world. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, it was like one was Spain, Brazil, Germany, England.
Oh, that just sounds like fucking massive rape. No,
and they all spoke English.
Of course,
they all spoke like broken English. It was it fit so well. Like yes, but yeah, but Team Rin got the first goal in the penalty, and the actual thing they just squashed. Everyone got a goal, criticizing Team Rin and everyone else. Like, this like you're open right here and all this. No fucking chance at all.
No chance in hell.
Exactly. That was it. Chance. Game over. But yep. Stop it.
Come on.
But yeah, basically, the World Soccer League was talking to Egos, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck is this? Like, you guys didn't even win or make an attempt." Basically, Ego put a lot of money into flying them over because they knew that they weren't going to beat the World 5. None of them were. Basically, they said they were brought over to show their progression in this. But now, because of this, the Blue Lock program is going to be in a tight pitch. I'll get to that in a bit. And now Ego announced, like, here's the rest of the crew that made it. Mm-hmm. So there's 7 teams of 5 now. The doors are slowly opening for every single one. Mm-hmm. Team 2, it's Nagi's team. So Nagi, Chigiri, Baro. I forgot the other 2. I forgot the name. I know one of them. The other one is new, but they're all there. It's like a little reunion. Mm-hmm. Couple various ones kept popping up. Some from people that we don't know. So there's 2 teams left. The second last one happens. We get Jingo back. We get one of the Nikos. And one other person. I forgot his name. Gin. From TZ, like the very first team for the very first test. So 1 left. And basically, the only people that didn't make it through yet was Rio and Kunigami. The door opens, and it's just Rio there. So that means Kunigami didn't get picked, and he's eliminated. He's gone from Blue Lock. So we're like, no. So and then the one guy that was there, he was like glowing about it, like, oh, that guy sucked. Like just rubbing it in front of everybody's face that was there. And then Ego popped on the screen one last time. He says this is going to be the next test now. They're going to fight Japan's U20. And if they win, they get to basically replace the teams in that group of the U20.
How old are these guys?
The Blue Lock competitors, like 17 or so.
Okay, so it's U18 versus U21. Okay.
Yep. But if Blue Lock fails, the program's disbanded.
And that's season 2.
Yep, that's season 2.
Guess what? They're gonna get disbanded because they suck. Moving on.
Yeah. No, I really like this. I don't regret picking it up. Cour 2 was so much better. I am giving us a 4.5.
Okay.
So very good there. I will not close the villain this time for for one reason. That's because of what I got next. But Vinland Saga now.
Okay.
We're focusing on Kettle's family. He's gonna talk to the king.
By the way, this was a Netflix exclusive.
Which one?
Vinland.
You can watch it on Crunchyroll.
Oh, because they have season 2 on Vinland, and I was
Yeah,
like,
they said it was airing on both of them.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I logged into Netflix and it said Vinland Saga season 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, the fuck? I thought it was.
Yeah. Season 1 was an Amazon exclusive.
Ah.
And Crunchyroll picked it up, and they said, "Oh, it's gonna be on Netflix too."
Cool.
But King Canute, he needs money, and one of his advisors telling him,
Start an OnlyFans.
Yeah, that. But you. Yeah. They said you should take Kettle's farm because it's a big land and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, your brother didn't do it, but you should, and your brother's dead, so you rule Denmark too. So yeah, so Kettle, Forgil, and fucking what's that fucking pussy's name? Olmar.
No, I'm kidding.
Olmar. No. But before that, yeah, Kettle's family's in town. Olmar is starting shit with someone that looks like Thorfinn, but it's not Thorfinn. And you find out it was the guy that was looking for Thorfinn in episode 1, the old guy. Basically, like I promised his dad, Thor's, that I would bring him home. And Kettle, I have a slave named Thorfinn. Like, once I'm done here, like, I'll take you to him, see if it's actually him.
Mm-hmm.
If he is, then he can go home with you, basically. He's already going to get his freedom, so.
Mm-hmm.
But he can go home finally, basically.
Mm.
So all that's gone. Then they go see King Canute. They were talking for a bit, and fucking Olmar again. This fucking kid opens his mouth. He talks about how he wants to join the royal guards. He wants to join the king's guard, actually. Even though he's never been in war, never been in combat, doesn't know how to use a fucking sword, hasn't killed anyone. Basically, he's a whiny bitch. He wants to join. He's like, he wants to redeem himself because he wants to impress his dad and his brother Forgil, who is actually a king's guard. So he's like, all right, watch what I can do. So he's like, fine, cut this pig in half. He can't cut a fucking pig. It's like try to saw at it, like nothing. Nothing's going on.
You weak bitch.
Basically. Fuck that. So all's going on, and Canute's like, wow, good job. I will take you into consideration. But in the back of his mind, he's got something fucked up planned. So that was the penultimate. Now this is the Cour 1 finale. You see Olmar like drunk, like sitting down the mopey, like okay, so he didn't get accepted, basically. So a couple of Canute's guys was basically mocking him, like calling him a weakling and all this shit. So Olmar was trying to fight back. Reminds me of Takemichi. No. You know what? You're right, because he can't fight like Takemichi. You can't fucking fight. No.
Hey, this penultimate episode of Tokyo that we'll talk about later.
Yes. I will give it. I will give it points for that. Yes.
We'll talk about it later, but that was good.
Yes, it was good. I will give it that.
This season has been good. Outside of Takemichi being a whiny pussy bitch.
Yes and no.
Did it make your... I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry, but did it make your list?
No.
It made mine. All right.
It maybe a mention, depends on how the finale goes, but top 10, no.
All right. It made mine, but let's move on.
But yeah. So Olmar he tries to fight back. It's a 5-on-1 situation. Forgil, his brother, comes in. He's like, hey, kill this motherfucker.
Do it
right now. Basically, you want to be a man? Like, if either you kill him or he kills you. Do you want to die? No? Kill him.
Koros.
But of course, someone from the background flicks a coin into the guy's eye, So he's like, he can't see. So Onimai uses this to cut the guy in the neck.
Yeah.
So the guy's dead. And basically the guards are going in saying, oh, the whole family's arrested. It was a setup. Basically, if they're out of the way, they get Kettle's land.
Right.
So, but they found out about that when Forgil was torturing one of the guys that was trying to arrest him. So that happens. They escape on the boat with the guy, the For's friend. They're going to the farm, basically get the fuck ready. And Knut's gonna go there. So that means Thorfinn and Knut are probably going to reunite in the second half.
All right.
So I'm halfway done. Cour 1, Cour 1's done. Cour 2 is next week.
What's your rating for Cour 1?
5.
It's
a 5. I loved everything about it. I love the visuals of it. Animation's great, much better than in a while from Mappa.
Mm-hmm.
I love the character development. That was my big thing of this. They did it right.
Yeah.
I love Torfinn's development, Knut's development from being this pacifist season 1 to just this maniacal mad king. Again, yeah, like that just kill his own brother for no reason. He just wants the crown. You know, it was fucking nice to him.
Some tutor shit when you think about it, right?
Yes.
Some tutor shit.
But no, excellent stuff. I can't wait the second half is going to be even better. All right, last one for me. Pokemon. Ash's goodbye. We're going to get to it. Basically, Ash, Misty, and Brock, they're walking. They're all going their separate ways again. They're all going to separate cities. Brock's going back home to his. So is Misty. Ash is going back to Palatown. So it's till next time, basically. So Ash goes home.
Been a long day.
Basically.
Without you. Man, I should have played that shit.
Yeah. No, I don't want a copyright. But
like, it's Japanese.
Yeah, true. There is one, sure.
Yeah.
Ash visits his mom, hangs out for a bit, then goes to see Professor Oak. He says, hey, where's Gary? Says, oh, Gary's out doing research somewhere. He goes to see Gary.
Of course, always doing research.
Oh, Gary's a researcher now. He's not a trainer anymore. After their fight. So
damn, that's crazy. Like, you beat his ass so bad he gave up being a Pokemon trainer and he wants to just go.
No, he wants to follow his grandfather's steps, so I respect that. So basically, Gary was trying to catch a Charmander for Professor Oak. That way, Oak can do the whole choose Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle for the next guy, basically. So I thought that was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice loop.
Ash is in the Viridian Forest, and Team Rocket made up, and they caught Pikachu. And Ash went to go throw a ball, but he realized he didn't bring any of his other Pokemon with him. So he's like, shit. What? From the sky, here comes Pidgeot. He finally remembered Pidgeot. Say Pikachu, got rid of Team Rocket. They blast off
again.
One more time. Yep. And then Ash says, I'm here to pick you back. Like, I'm here to take you back. He finally took him back. So he's the last Pidgeot's the last one in Ash's team. Cool, great. Now you forgot fucking Primeape. That happens. Nice reunion. I'm glad they finally did that. I would have been pissed they didn't.
Was there not a Mewtwo reunion?
No. Mewtwo was the movie, so
it's not canon.
No, I mean, it's like yes and no. It's in the middle. I can't really describe it other than that. But yeah, it was raining, so Ash really can't go home because basically him and Pikachu are drying out. They're reminiscing and everything. Eventually, sun comes up, hose flying across the sky, the rainbow, nice symbol.
Ho, not hose. I swear to God, I thought you said hose for a second.
Yeah.
The Godfather was in the corner.
Yes. Yeah, we go. Little music montage thing. Ash is walking Pikachu. There's a fork in the road. He's like, so, where should we go next? He throws a stick in the air. Thanks, everybody. That's it. It's over.
I thought he said
Farewell,
he went home.
Ash.
So he went home and then he went back out.
He's just walking around. He's not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a Pokemon trainer. I guess he just wants to do shit. Doesn't say what he's doing.
What happened to school? What happened to? I mean, what the fuck?
There's no school.
What the fuck?
Get out of here.
Pikachu, I choose you. Hey, what's 2 + 2? Thomas Jefferson, sucker.
Yep. But I give it a 3.5. I get it was a nice adventure, but some of this, a good chunk of this felt like filler.
I can't buy that he didn't grow up and 25 years. And
Yeah,
he's 12
I
years old.
know. Yeah, I really liked the last episode at least, but I wish there was more of that.
See, this is why I couldn't go back and watch a show like Pokemon, because it's like I've seen so much anime, especially like with like growth anime, like where like you have time skips and people grow, or like they grow like more like emotionally, and it's like you see Ash is basically kind of like the same fucking guy, like 25 years and he didn't hit puberty.
Exactly.
What the fuck, bro? 25 years and he didn't look at Nurse Joy and pop a fucking boner? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my
All
God.
right.
But yeah, anyway, that's it. I want to give Ash's little finale with my stuff. 3.5. There was some nice stuff, but half this felt like filler. I wish there was more reunion type. Wish I had a little more with Team Rocket. I wish they would just quit the team, basically.
Basically.
But they didn't. They were still following Ash in their hot air balloon when following behind him. So like, it will never be over. That's it. I'm done. Go ahead.
All right. So I don't have to do Fire Hunter because you watched it. Well, that'll be the first one we talk about. We'll go with Inukai-san. Again, Inukai-san, for everything that's pervy about the show, has a decent storyline. So we see Pochita follows the girl whose name I'm now forgetting. I think it's Inoue or something like that. I mean, one moment. Chotamate kudasai. Go analyst. We're gonna go to 2020. No, we're gonna go by completed date for me. We're gonna go to Inukai-san, and her name is Inari. So Pochita follows Inari to this like secret lab, and basically puts a muzzle on Pochita, but the muzzle can translate. And earlier in the season, they had like a dog translator, and it didn't really work for Karen. But this dog translator, she's like, I made that dog translator when I was like in elementary school. Here, I made a better one, and like you can clearly hear Pochita's the human voice. And basically, she reveals like, yeah, I turned you into a dog. Because I want you to, I want to like basically torment Karen in a way, and I want to like kind of torment you guys. It's just like a sick, twisted like little experiment for her. And she's like, it's really easy for you to well, first off, no, she wanted to expose Pochita. Is basically like, hey, you're a pervert at heart. You love like going up girls' skirts and smelling their crotches and all this other shit. Like, look at your tail. Your tail loves it. Like, you love being in these situations where you got to see these naked girls and be around them in sexually suggestive ways, right? You love it because you're a pervert. And he's just like, no, you got it wrong. No, he's trying to deny it, which it's true. Like, he doesn't really go into these with, like, yeah, he doesn't go into these with any sort of intentions. But Inari's like, hey, it's really easy for you to turn back to a human. All you have to do is tongue kiss Karen. You basically have to just, as a dog, you got to go and just, exchange enough female DNA and you'll turn into a human. But then you run into the conundrum of like, okay, well, you make out with your owner and then like you just turn into a naked man in front of them. That's pretty wild. And basically she also says that she's like, I just want to steal Karen's first kiss. Like her first intimate moment with the opposite sex. She wants to steal that from her and make it be a dog instead of like an actual person that she likes. So he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna, listen to you. I'm gonna be human. I'll find a way to do it in my own way. And he bites the muzzle off and then walks away. And then the episode basically ends with Karen picking him up and saying like, oh, we've been looking for you, whatever. And then I believe the episode also ends with something happening. It ends of course sexually. So basically takes her home. The episode ends with Usagi coming over and freaking what's it called? Karen's talking to Nekotani and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna start treating Pochita like an actual like child." Right, so she's like, I'm gonna hold him close and puts him like really close to her tits, and then she's like, it's time to breastfeed, and she fucking pulls her tits out, and fucking Usagi walks in the door, she's pulling her tits out, and she's like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, I got better tits than you, pulls her tits out, and then fucking Nekotani is trying to like, what the fuck are you girls doing pulling your tits out for a fucking dog? Right, out of all the girls, she made the most sense. Like, what the fuck are you weirdos doing? And then fucking something happens, and basically fucking Usagi pulls her shirt over Nekotani's shirt over her face, and then of course Nekotani, to get it off, she pulls the rest of her shirt off, and the episode ends with Pochita looking at 3 different sets of tits and be like, oh no. So I give it a 3 just because of the fact that I don't like to go lower, and I was entertained through this.
Okay, you were entertained.
I was entertained, gave it a low 3, and it's got a not bad story. It's better than Peter Grill, I'll tell you that much. This show's better than Peter Grill, so it gets a 3, but low 3. Okay. Very low.
That's fair.
All right, moving on. What's next on my list? Reborn to Master the Blade. This shit pissed me off. It was so fucking mid. So mid.
Tell me how mid is it?
I have to go over the penultimate episode briefly first.
Yeah,
penultimate episode is basically we see the Highland emissary. His name is Evil, and he is evil. Everything is evil.
Oh god, so he's so mediocre. He's in a mediocre show.
It was the worst. So basically, the penultimate episode wasn't that bad. Basically, the Highland emissary comes over, and he's an Arc Lord, and he's like this little piece of shit little kid, and he's a fucking asshole. Like he's like basically like saying like everything you can, like the racial discriminatory equivalent of the show, to these fucking people, and all these people are like, oh fuck this guy, but they can't do anything because that's who they serve. Basically, that's who they agreed to serve. And so basically, the Bloodchain Brigade tries to assassinate him, fails horribly. And then Evil's like, hey, one of your men tried to kill me. And the king is like, to the king. And the king is like, no, he's not my man. Like, he's not one of my men. He's part of the Bloodchain Brigade. And she's like, well, I still have to, I have to enact the punishment for this insolence. Cuts the king's arm off, clean off with this power, right? So if you look at the screen real quick, Matt, he basically has a power where he takes his 2 fingers,
right?
And not sexual. Takes his 2 fingers, swipes down using mana, and it just insta cut, right? So he cuts the fucking arm off, and what's her face? Ronnie comes over, saves the king's arm, and and Evil is like, hey, I don't care if you save the king's arm, but I gotta take somebody's arm. So English comes forward and is like, oh, take my arm, and she puts on an Aether shield, and he can't do it, can't do it, and he gets pissed off and flustered. He's like, why can't I fucking like take your arm? Who the fuck are you? And she's like, it makes no difference. And then basically the battle happens between the Bloodchain Brigade, the Arc Lord, and then we go into the finale. The finale starts out actually, the finale starts out actually pretty funny. Basically, I'm thinking that was episode 10. I just gave you episode 10. Episode 11, basically, she kicked the shit out of before the attack happened, she kicked the shit out of him. Like literally just punted this evil lord, fucking punted him into the sky, not to be seen for an entire episode, basically. And she faces off against the Bloodchain Brigade, and it's actually pretty cool. The leader of the Bloodchain Brigade uses Aether as well. So it's safe to say that, hey, he might be some sort of reincarnate the same way that that English was from whatever previous land they both came from. And they have a back and forth battle, and then the tides turn when they use basically the equivalent of a Hyrule Menace to use as a weapon. At the same time, Ripple keeps summoning beasts, and the final beast that she summons is a Prismer, which is like the biggest ranking fucking beast, right? Giant, humongous animal. You can't really defeat it easy. And so that's where that episode ends. The finale starts off basically, the Bloodchain Brigade guy basically faces off against Evil, who came toward the end of the penultimate episode. And Evil's like, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, you're not shit to me. Just watch this. And the fucking guy, it's actually pretty cool power. The leader of the Bloodchain Brigade with the Hyrule Menace weapon, basically it's like a lance, and he just touches the parts of Evil, and they just disappear, like into time space.
What?
It just disappeared. Like you just like, tap up, your shoulder's gone, tap up, your leg is gone, right? And just easily defeats him. No challenge whatsoever. It was completely waxed him. It was a complete waste of effort, right? So that was the first part of why it was mid. And then afterwards, English is like, oh, I want to fight the Prisoner, because of course she's fucking Goku. Basically, she's fucking Goku. She's like, I want to fight the Prisoner, but I want to face the Bloodchain Brigade guy. And the Bloodchain Brigade guy is Brigade guy is like, hey, my battle's done. We killed the emissary. Do whatever. And then basically English is kind of pissed off that she didn't get to face him. So she's like, oh, hope we get to fight again. And the emissary or the Bloodchain Brigade leader is like, no, I hope we don't, because he was actually struggling a little bit with her since there's no other person that has their powers. So anyway, English takes a flying ship over to the Prisoner, and the girls and everybody is struggling with the Prisoner. And of course, English comes, busts through a fucking barrier. The barrier breaks, and English uses her amazing strength and power and easily defeats the Prisoner for what it's worth. Right? This big ass thing that everybody's struggling against. You think English would struggle somewhat, a tiny bit? No struggle whatsoever. So basically, she defeats the Prisoner. And what they did was they credited her for defeating the Arc Lord, driving the Bloodchain Brigade away because they didn't tell them the whole truth, and defeating the Prisoner. So as a reward, English, they say like, hey, your power is fit to lead the country. We're gonna name you the commander of the Holy Knights, right? And everyone's like, yay, congratulations. English is like, huh? Because she realizes if she gets named commander, she won't get to be on the front lines and fight people, and that's all she wants to do in life is eat and fight people. So she says, no, I humbly decline. And they're like, oh, well, something should happen. She's walking away, and the king is like, we're not done talking, brings her to the banquet. And basically there's a giant banquet that was supposed to be for her celebration for being named the commander of the Holy Knights. And the king is like, surely you won't turn away this feast. And she's like, nope, we won't. And she and Ronnie just basically are like Goku and fucking Gohan, just eating. And that's how the episode and the season ends, with them eating a buffet. Fucking mid as fuck. So mid. And it's crazy because, when I first started the show, I'm like, oh, this is great. You have an OP character. There's a little bit of fan service. It's not really too terrible. Like, all right, I could dig this. And the story itself isn't the worst story. Animation was so meh. The story toward the end, fucking meh. It was just it ended so meh. So very low 3 out of 5. I'd probably rate Inukai-san above this.
Wow. All right.
Honestly, it was, if it wasn't for fucking Spy Classroom disappointing us, this probably would have been my disappointment of the season on my rewards. It was just so meh. So meh. All right, moving on. Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist was actually pretty solid, and this is a penultimate episode. The season finale actually is this Saturday when some of our new animes drop for the winter. I'm sorry, for the spring. And the penultimate episode is pretty wild. So basically, these evil guys that they've been setting up for the last couple episodes, they show up to the campus, right? And they show up, they teleport into the campus, and there's a bunch of fog. And basically they are kind of led in like kind of like a maze type of way, and they end up in the center square. Along the way, one of the ogre commander or something, who's part of that group, faces off against Mabel and has a tough battle against him, but was gonna win. But what's his face? Seika saved her. And so basically they end up in the center of the maze, which is basically in front of the center court of the school. And you see, what's it called? You see Seika there, and he's just like, oh, I know you came to kill the hero. I'm not going to let you. And basically kills them with ease, one by one. Just savage. Like one person cuts their head off. The next person fucking gives them like the evil eye, and they have a fucking seizure, die. Third person gets eaten by the snake that gave the evil eye. Fourth person basically gets melted by fucking lava. So sick. And then the fifth person, he used his shikigami, which is like little paper, like little like thing, and just takes a knife to it, stabs the paper, and the guy like just dies because he managed to escape at the time. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter. What the fuck? Stabs the paper, and he just fucking and fucking dies. Wicked. Super wicked. And he's like, oh, did that with ease, no problem. Mabel was there though, and Mabel's the only person who knew about like some of the situation going on. and she thought the whole time it was assassins trying to come after her because after she left the Assassins Guild, and she's like, no, Seika's like, no, don't worry about it, you know, like, hey, don't tell anybody what happened today, you know, like nobody needs to know. Mabel says, okay, no problem, right? Next day, everything's going well. The episode of this actually starts off with Seika being asked to lead the class speech for the second years at the banquet, like the annual banquet. So he's going to like lead the speech, and all of a sudden a bunch of knights come into the hall and they're looking for Amayu, and they're like, you're the hero Amayu. Yes, I am. Like, what do you need? And they're like, we're arresting you. Huh? What for? You killed a demon emissary party. So there was a purpose to them being there. And even though like their purpose was to kill the Holy Knight, I don't know whether it was because they forged something. I don't know. But basically, she killed like elected officials of like the demon party or whatever the fuck. And we're arresting you. And Seika's like, oh shit, what did I just do? To end the episode. So now, oh, and I've missed a piece. Before the leader is the leader of the demon party, is the one who told the devil, because he had a devil in this thing. He's like, hey, get away, to let everybody know. He's like, hey, this is the demon lord. He's the worst demon lord ever created. And really? He sided with the humans and the hero. So the demon race is fucked. Let them know that we're fucked. And he's still, so they don't know. The demon race doesn't know. And I don't think Seika knows that he was reincarnated not as just a special person with like the ability to be an exorcist with like the shikigami and summonings. Right. He's the fucking demon lord of the fucking of the story. So that was a really cool development. That was really fucking solid for me. Thumbs up. Thumbs up there. We'll get our finale on Saturday. Looking forward to see how, you know, that comes around. I have a feeling there'll be a season 2 because you can't flesh out the guy being a demon lord and him not knowing in one episode. Otherwise, that'll be a complete failure. So we'll probably get a season 2.
You never know.
You know, hey, you never know. So that was pretty solid. All right, moving on to 3 of my finales, and I'm done. We'll go with Mononogatari. So a couple episodes of Mononogatari. Basically, the penultimate episode consists of Botan and Hyoma. Basically, Hyoma goes over to her college, and Botan asks him to help them set up like their class. Like she's in like some sort of like game class or whatever the fuck. So he helps set up the sign. The girls in the class, because it's basically a group of all girls, they're like, oh, it's your boyfriend. And Botan's like, no, we're related. And they're like, sure you are. Right. And so she's like, hey, Botan tells Hyoma like, hey, you know, go around the school, you know, just hang out, wait for me. Okay, no problem. He goes around and he gets abducted, more or less. He gets put in like this magical barrier by this girl named Itsuki, and he faces Tsukumogami. And the Tsukumogami is different because in the way the show is set up, a Tsukumogami basically has the ability to kind of possess a singular item. Like, so if you possess like a rolling wheel, you're the Tsukumogami of a rolling wheel. If you possess a knife or like a sword, that's your specialty. You could use the swords however you want. This Tsukumogami has multiple possessions. Combined, his multiple possessions, they're a whole old Japanese suit of armor. We come to find out he's Kai, one of the 3 great Tsukumogami of Kyoto. So he's a big wig, powerful as fuck, old as fuck. Like he's up there. And basically he wants to face, for his own entertainment, he wants to face Hyoma. And Hyoma basically gets his ass kicked, right? Throughout the episode, the end of the penultimate and into the beginning of the finale, he gets his ass just handed to him, right? And he's trying to bait him into like being better. He's like, oh, you're the guy who says he wants to defeat the paper umbrella. The paper umbrella is the Tsukumogami that killed his brother and sister at the beginning of the series. And he's like, you're the guy who wants to kill him? Like, you're weak, you're trash, like you're worse than them. The fuck? Like, you're worse than them, and I knew them. Like, you're garbage, get the fuck away. Right? And he ends up getting his ass kicked. And he's like, listen, he's like, you're so weak, I can't tell you about the paper airplane. The paper umbrella. The only thing I can tell you is that, like I said, I knew your brother and sister, and they were way better than you. On top of that, they're like, why do you use their weapons? Why don't you use your own weapon? And that's never been said in the series. Like, oh, that he has his own weapon. Very curious what that is, because we don't know. Anyway, the barrier stops basically when Nagi and what's the other person's name? Give me a moment. I hate that I have to do this. Fucking sort by completed date. Click here. So you have Nagi and Suzuri. They basically stopped the thing because they beat Itsuki. Itsuki's like super weak. Like she's super weak, but she has a cool power. But anyway, she's super weak. They break up the fight, and basically they have a conversation. Meanwhile, Botan finishes her club activities. She's walking and she sees Hyoma and Nagi and Suzuri, and they're talking with Kai. She doesn't know who Kai is, but she kind of hangs back. And basically Kai gives Hyoma and company a warning, saying like, hey, you know, it's very ironic that you have Hyoma with Botan, and Botan's the reason why the paper umbrella exists, which is development, and B, he says, you should know by now that Botan is incapable of trusting people. And Botan is just kind of hanging back. She's shocked at everything that's being said. And basically Kai goes away, right? Hyoma's kind of stunned by everything. And he's like, hey, can I take time off? And they're like, yeah, you know, just be careful, da-da-da. He's like, I'll be back eventually. He's out for 4 days. Nobody has a fucking clue where he's at. He just leaves the house for 4 days. Botan, hearing everything, hearing that she might be the cause of Hyoma's like distress and anger toward the Tsukumogami, and she didn't even realize it, is distressed and she's upset. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. So she basically goes to the Kyoto office of the Sainome, ends up seeing Tsubaki there and her father, who's the head of the office, and they have a conversation about like her involvement there. We don't know, we don't hear what the conversation entailed, but she learns information. And so at the end, as she's walking out, the head is like, you know, hey, it's very peculiar you came here. Like, why was that? You know, you seem like a girl in love with Hyoma. And she's like, no, like she's, you know, this awkward shit of trying to deny it, whatever the case. And she's like, no, he just has been missing for 4 days. And I overheard the conversation and I wanted to know what was up. At that moment, Hyoma busts into the fucking door and is like, hey, I'm done with training. What's next? So he's like, incidentally, Hyoma basically went to the Sainome office and says, hey, I just battled Kai. I found out that I'm trash. Please train me so I can be better. Right? And so he's there for 3 days and he's like, what's next? And the boss is like, hey, you've done all of our training. Get the fuck out of here with Botan. Leave. Get the fuck out. You're a nuisance. So Botan and Hyoma walk together home, and it's a beautiful scene. They're walking on a cherry sakura patch. So they're walking on the sidewalk. There's a bunch of sakura trees around, and Botan basically admits like, hey, I overheard your conversation. You know, I was worried about you. Da 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 da. And then she goes, by the way, you know, one thing he said is accurate for sure, and that's I can't trust anybody, right? And Hyoma's like, well, do you mind telling me the story? Kind of like in reverse of when she asked him about, you know, why he hates Tsukumogami, and to ask about his brother and sister. So she tells the story that when she was 7 years old, she was abducted. And she was very trusting girl, very naive. She didn't know the world. So she trusted. There were two distant relatives that came to see her. One was a very kind looking man. The other one was basically a woman with a resting bitch face. Come to find out, even though she didn't trust the woman with a resting bitch face, she's the one that loved her more than the fucking other guy. The other guy wanted to use her and her power. And so the incident happens. Basically, the woman abducts Botan and says, hey, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to live together. Everything's well. And she's kind, sweet. She basically is the mother that Botan never had, because she only lived with her grandfather at the time. And then eventually the fucking creepy guy with the nice smile came over as they were driving, killed her right in front of her, killed her.
Well done.
And Botan basically loses control of her power, but we don't see her power. She's like, the next thing I saw her die. I heard him say, come with me. Next thing I remember, waking up and all the Tsukumogami family is there. And I don't know what happened to this day. So again, building intrigue. But basically she's saying like, you know, I can't trust people. I don't know who has good intentions. And Hyoma, to his credit, was like, I think I'm trustworthy. And she goes, huh? And he goes, no, you know, like, you know, he starts basically listing all the reasons why he's trustworthy. And for the first time in the series, he says before this, he's like, hey, he's like, I promise you, I will always protect you. And he says, "You can trust me." And he smiles really big and cheesy, but it's a genuine, real smile. And this absolutely blows away Hyoma. Blows away Botan, blows her away. And Hyoma's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I've never seen you smile before." And he goes, "Surely I'm capable of smiling." And they're like, "No, basically everybody made a bet that you have no facial muscles and it's impossible for you to smile." And so he gets upset and he starts talking in that old English, which I had mentioned previously in one of the episodes. When he speaks old English, it means he's nervous. So he starts speaking in old English. Botan smiles, and the two of them walk home together with the beautiful sunset with the sakura trees in the background. Meanwhile, Hiyori was eavesdropping on this conversation and made a remark of, "Hey, like, I didn't expect Botan to open up about her past so soon and so openly. Like, wow, there's real progress," basically. And for a piece I forgot to mention at the beginning of the finale is that she sat back and she was listening to the girls talk about love and boys, and she walked away and she's just like, romance, love, like, it's so stressful. And she made that point to Hyoma, like, that's why, like, I feel like I'm incapable of being loved. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I can't fathom it because I can't trust people. And so basically they made progress in terms of their potential relationship. And so the credits run, and after the credits, we see the paper umbrella, I guess, is near, because it's a woman and she has like this sinister smile to end the series. Really solid. I enjoyed it very much. There's intrigue. We get the confirmation of a season 2. I'm looking forward to seeing the battles, because the battles, when we get them, are cool. The comedy's pretty decent. And the what's it called? And the love story is very underrated, all things considered. So I gave it a low 4.
Okay, that's still a good score.
It's a good score, yeah. So I gave it a 3.75, low 4, something along those lines, right? Yeah. So I rounded up to a 4, so low 4. What's next? Revenger, very final. Revenger was very final. Basically, we get the final battle between the two revenge companies, the revenge teams, and it's a back and forth battle. And that's I can go into details, but there's not really much to be had. It's very straightforward. Basically, they defeat they all split up. The team split up, and Raizo defeats the head of the revenge team, and defeats him. What's it called? What's his dick? Fuck, I forget his name now. One moment. Completed date. I'm gonna go with the Revenger. Him, Soji, and Teppa basically are a team. Meanwhile, Neo and Usui are a team. And so Teppa, Soji, and Raizo managed to defeat the majority of the revenge team, except for one guy. Right, one guy gets stabbed in the chest, but he survives, and we'll get to him later. Meanwhile, Usui and Neo go over to the head of the Nagasaki workers' comp. They go to his house. They had a crazy scene where they had a fucking tiger come out. I love this. They had a fucking tiger come out, and the tiger ate somebody's like neck, and the tiger goes to, just gouge somebody's neck, right? And the tiger goes to turn on them. And Usui manages, because he has like the Virgin Mary on his back. He jumps basically backwards into a pond, right? And the pond has a certain animal in there. Jumps into the pond. He manages to float on water very briefly, and the tiger falls into the lake, and the lake is filled with piranhas, and the piranhas eat the fucking tiger. Savage. So basically, he goes over to see the head of the trade union. There's bodies all over the place. He's setting up a camera. He's like, I want to see how the bodies look when the sunrise comes, because he's a fucking creeper. He's insane, right? Usui kills him with his special power. He dies, and basically, with him dying, Raizo killing the head of the revenge team, they set up basically a bunch of explosives inside of a cavern in a mountain. That's where all the opium is. So they basically blow the fucking mountain to bits, and along with all the opium, right? It's destroyed. Their goal is complete. Everything is well. They basically say Raizo's dead, right? Kurima Raizo is dead after this mission. Everybody goes on their own ways, their own journeys. Everything is good. Everything's happy. Raizo lives as Taisho Sensei, which is basically the artist that keeps drawing his fiance and all these depressing feelings, things of that nature. And one night he goes out and he's just, looking at the sky, thinking about everything that's gone on. And he goes back to the bridge because he's living in the same town where he used to live. He goes back to the bridge where he first met Usui, and he's thinking about Usui, and he gets stabbed in the back by the final revenger that he didn't kill. And he gets assassinated, basically. He dies with a smile on his face. Usui finds him later on in that evening, because he was in the same area, I suppose. Finds him dead, and he's holding the hairpin that Usui gave his fiance. That Usui gave his father, who the father gave to the fiance.
Right.
And that's how the series basically ends. Raizo is officially dead. Everybody moved on. So very final. I enjoyed this series so much. Lots of violence, lots of gore. The animation was cool. I dug it. So this was a solid 4 for me.
All right.
Very
And your final one.
My final one is after 293 episodes, the finale of Boruto.
Yep.
I didn't get to talk about in the penultimate episode. They had one of the battles of the entire franchise. And I made a point in the group. Like, this is, for me, a top 10 battle of all time in the entire Naruto franchise. Boruto versus Kawaki. Basically, Boruto is possessed by Momoshiki. Kawaki, in his desperation, manages to re-unlock his karma. And we get a battle back and forth between them. Basically, we have Momoshiki. He's on the defensive for the majority of the fight. Kawaki has the full range of Ishiki's ability. He can shrink and expand things. He can call up the cubes from the other dimensions. Like, he's got all this power and strength. Like, he is full force. Like, he is bad. He's a bad motherfucker now. And we get this great battle, fantastic battle. And basically, he manages to subdue Boruto. Boruto, for his credit, manages to gain some of his getting some of his conscience back. And he tells Kawaki, like, hey, while I'm holding Momoshiki, do the last resort. And Kawaki is like, are you sure? And Boruto's like, yeah, bro, do it. So Kawaki puts his hand about an inch from Boruto's chest, opens up his power, and fucking just basically blows his entire spine, part of his heart, and one of his full lungs, blows it to bits. Boruto's dead.
Fuck.
Boruto is fucking dead. And Naruto is losing his fucking mind. Naruto's like, I'm in a dream. Like, I'm in a bad dream. This isn't real. Like, wake up, Boruto. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And meanwhile, Kawaki and Code are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Kawaki's beating the shit out of Code, right? He's beating the shit out of him. And Kawaki is about to kill Code. And Code pulls Damon out from the space. And as a reminder, Damon is the little boy who, if you have any murderous intent, it reflects back to you. So basically, Kawaki gets blown to shit, and he's passed out, right? He's out of chakra. He's passed out. He's done. And what's it called? Code is like, you know what? I'm retreating for now. Fuck this. And he tells Shikamaru, he's like, hey, tell that bastard Amado I'm coming for him next. He escapes. Meanwhile, as we said, Boruto's pissed off. Naruto is like upset. He's just absolutely like beside himself, basically. Shikamaru is trying to be the voice of reason, like, hey, Kawaki's unconscious, but we have to figure out what to do with him, because without any hesitation, he turned on his partner. Like, it's basically fanaticism. His love for you is fanatic. And he's like, we have to figure out something. And he's like, you know what? He's like, no matter what. And Naruto stands up. They're like, hey, like, he's family. He's Boruto's brother. He's basically my son. If no one's going to stand up for him, someone has to, and it's going to be me. And Shikamaru is like, hey, like, dude, do you really consider him family? Like, your son is fucking dead. That's literally Shikamaru's words. Do you really consider him family? Your son is dead because of Kawaki. And Naruto's kind of shook. And all of a sudden you hear a voice, and Boruto's like, who said I'm dead? Quit trying to write me off. Boruto's alive. And as soon as we find out Boruto's alive, Naruto starts crying. And he says, don't you scare your old man like that. How could you? He's like, I'm good, but he's in pain, right? He's in pain still from everything that happened. And all of a sudden, time freezes. and there's a conversation between Boruto and Momoshiki, and Momoshiki said, "I see what you tried to do, you motherfucker," basically. And he's like, because of that, if you die completely, I die completely. I don't want to die completely. So I forcibly extracted the last bit of the karma to save your ass. I extracted the last bit of the karma. I rewrote it, and now you have a giant black hole where you were supposed to die. But that's the rest of the karma. It's been rewritten. You're alive. For now, I can't come back. So Boruto basically starts thinking about the prophecy from episode, I believe it's 66 or 6. I think it's like 65 or 66, where after he quote unquote kills Momoshiki, Momoshiki tells him before his soul vanishes for now, said, "Hey, those blue eyes are going to bring you great suffering in your future." So he tells this prophecy to Momoshiki and starts laughing and saying, "Hey, your prophecy failed." Momoshiki in turn laughs at him and he said, "Oh, your suffering hasn't come yet, buddy. It's coming."
Oh yeah, and that's from the manga.
It's coming from the manga. And if you know the manga spoilers, then you know. He's like, "Your suffering has yet to come. Don't be so cocky on that boy." And then basically he's like, basically I'll see you down the road.
But he's just rubbing it off right now.
Yeah, he's rubbing it in right now. So basically, that ends that fight. Kawaki wakes up a few days later from being asleep because of everything happening. Sumire is there, and Sumire is like, "Hey, like what happened to Boruto? Why am I not arrested?" Like, "No, Boruto's alive." Huh? And he's like, "Yeah, Boruto's alive." And Kawaki basically looks down at his hand. He's like, "That bastard Amado, he restored it without me telling him to." But he's like, "You know what? For the first time in my life, I'm grateful for karma. I learned I need karma in order to achieve my goals." And so the episode ends basically with Boruto and Kawaki sitting on the individual faces of the Hokage mountain, saying, and they have a conversation about what is everything to you? Like, what is everything to you, Boruto? Your family, your friends, your father, your village. He's like, "That's your everything. My everything is only Lord Seventh. My everything is only Naruto." He's like, "And I'll do whatever it takes in order to protect my everything, Boruto." And he walks away, basically, more or less. They just kind of like have this stare down at the end. And the episode, basically, the stare down is the equivalent to the flash forward that we get in episode 1. On cue, they show their eyes. Boruto has his fucking karma eye, and Kawaki has his karma eye. And it goes to the flash forward in episode 1, where they both activate their karma. They both attack each other with their kunai and the Sasuke fucking sword. Boruto Next Generations end. Fantastic fucking end to the series. Fantastic fucking end. And I will go far more in depth on it come our when I talk about it, because I did put it in my top 10. I only put it in terms of the top 10 because of the entire season, not so much the entirety of the series. But I want to go. Well, I guess I can go more in depth here, can't I? In some degree. So I'll say this for Boruto: for all the shit that it got, when it break it down like this, when it stuck to the manga, it's a 4.5 for me. I'm just dead ass. I swear to you, I'll stand on my grave. When it sticks to the manga specific information, it's a 4 at least. It's a 4 out of 5. Solid, 100% solid. When you go in the early pieces of the show that are somewhat specific, I believe they're specific to the manga, it is childish. It's one of the things that ran people off. The filler, a lot of the filler is mid or lower, unnecessary. I get it. That turned people off too. The power nerfing of Naruto and Sasuke. You killed Kurama. You took Sasuke's Rinnegan. I get it. Piss people off. You nerfed the two best fucking people in the series. I get it. Some of the characters on the side, besides the show, really focuses on Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and a little bit of Shikadai. All the other characters in the show are mid. They're not that great. They're kind of annoying. I get it, right? I get why that turned people off. That's literally why people give it shit, is because of everything I just mentioned there. Because when it sticks to the specific content, it's fucking good. It's really fucking good. It's up there, and it doesn't get enough credit because of that. And I think that in these last couple things with the Sasuke Shinden, which was a welcome, it was a filler. Technically, that's filler, right? But that's solid filler. The Sasuke Shinden filler is the equivalent of seeing like the Kakashi filler, the Itachi filler. It's like on that reasoning. It wasn't better or as good as that filler, but it's to that effect. And that's welcome. I feel that's a welcome filler. But over the last several months, again, everything specific with the Karma arc, now with the Code arc, it is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, and deserves all the accolades you can give it. Because for everything else you can say about it, oh, well, sometimes the animation is shoddy. Yeah, that's true. Musical composition is always solid. And when the animation is on point, it's on point. And it delivers emotional moments. It delivers not trustworthy. It delivers newsworthy moments. Stuff that make you go, wow, and you want to go see it. Even if you're not invested in the show, you want to see it for those moments, for those fights. And I think it's a fucking good anime. No matter what. As a whole, I gave Boruto a 3.5 out of 5. If I'm being objectively honest, because of all the like negatives I pointed out. But this season in particular that I'm grading that made my top 10 is a solid 4.25, 4.5.
All right.
I'm done.
All right. That's all of our solos.
For now.
We're gonna get to one that's not even close to done, then our penultimates, and then our actual finales.
And what's that?
You ready?
Let's go.
Nier Automata. We're going with that first.
Not even close to done.
It is. We got delayed again. We got another COVID issue. You know, just 2 to 3 weeks again, or just rebroadcast in July.
Please not.
I hope not too, because we already got Misfit Demon King doing that.
No.
Before we go, I would say I am watching Onimai. I know I said it before the air. I'm saying it on the air.
Yeah.
I am 7 episodes in. I will finish it before the awards. That is my goal for that one.
Is it on pace to make it?
What do you mean?
Is it on pace to make your list?
Yes.
It's on pace to make the list. Okay.
It definitely does.
What is it bumping off?
Well, it'll give away my list, but
no. It's gonna if it's gonna make the top.
I mean,
10,
I mean, as of right now,
what is gunning off the list?
Oh, high card.
It's bumping high card off the list.
Yep.
Okay, I'll give you a brief spoiler. High card is my third honorable mention.
It came off.
It's coming off because of Onimai. Okay.
Yep. It's all because of Onimai.
Okay. I originally had Mononogatari as my third honorable mention, and I saw the season finale high card, and I was like, "Oh, this is a really solid season finale."
Yeah.
So I put it up there.
No. Yeah, and then after that, it was also Nagatoro. It's off too.
Yeah, I had Nagatoro there for a couple seconds, and then I took it off after seeing Mononogatari yesterday. I was like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so spoiler guys, high card and Nagatoro is not on anything for me.
High card's on it for me at 13. There's our one spoiler for next week. All right, let's go on to
let's see. Basically 2B and INS, they're back at base. They were talking to what's that
wait.
The resistance leader. What's her name? Lily. Sorry, Lily. Yeah, they brought Pascal back safely. A2 escaped, so they're asking about A2.
And Lily knows about A2. And
it's the former 2B model that was with them.
Yeah,
years ago.
B2.
Yeah, that was 2B.
Was it 2B?
Yeah, 2B.
Oh no, B2 is
2B and A2.
A2. It's A2.
Yeah,
it's A2.
The older 2B model is A2.
A2.
And A2. This is about us.
I'm still waiting for a C3.
No, we're not getting a C3. But basically,
P0? Imagine if you had a team of C3 and P0. C3 PP.
I hate him. He's a he's a dud. But yeah, Lily doesn't say anything to them about it. So like, nope, don't know over.
Okay, and I can't
basically she doesn't want A2 dead.
I can't believe they took her at face value.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, really?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, so now 2B9S, they're asking the rest of the resistance. The redheaded twin says, stop talking, basically. Says the only person that might know is Jackass, basically.
Yes.
So they have to go. But yeah, their mission now is, their official mission is to find A2.
And kill it.
Yeah, and kill her. And so 2B9S, they're walk around this ruined city that's full of water. And 9S suggests take a break, basically.
Yes.
So they're showing a little bit more humanity type of thing.
Yep.
In terms of taking break, enjoying
9S
enjoying your surroundings.
Takes his mask off. 2B is like, hey, you know it's against protocol to take your mask off at all times, right?
Yeah,
and 9S is like, why don't you just live a little?
Yeah, basically.
Stuck up.
So yeah, 2B eventually caves in,
and she is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous, honey.
It's
absolutely gorgeous. As Matt swallows.
And it's like she's but she's seeing the world for the first time, basically.
And it's gorgeous. And she finds the little lily too. She finds the little lily, tiger lily, right?
I believe something like that for 6-0.
Yes, and shows it like, oh my god, I'll treasure it forever. Da 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 da.
Really nice. Basically, yeah, she's like, yeah, and then she's talking about how she wants to see more of the outside world.
Yeah.
So eventually, 2B and us decide to split up because back to work, gotta find A2.
Yep.
So 2B finds Jackass.
Yep. And she looks fine as shit in a fucking bikini.
Yeah, in a bikini. She's fishing for mackerels, you know, the thing that can kill the androids.
Which I didn't know that until I saw the spoiler from the ending. They're like, oh, you ate a mackerel. And they just turned them inside, and they're like, oh,
it's fresh.
It's fresh. I understand why humans eat this. Death.
Yep. It's not so bad. She actually so loses consciousness.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. But no, they were talking about that, and she's like talking about A2. And she's like, okay, I got some information. I'm going to contact 9S.
Unavailable.
Communication jams. Yep. Unavailable on this end. Something happened to it.
Why is that? They're like large jamming field is in effect. Who would do this? Gee, who would do this, Matt?
Yeah, A2.
A2. And we see the second part of 9S. 9S, as soon as he splits from 2B, says, I'm sorry, 2B, I need to know more. And he basically taps into the database without the people knowing initially. And he starts listening to a conversation between command and high command, right?
Yep.
And basically they're saying like, hey, you know, we can't continue to use them. We're just exposing them to die, da 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 da. And they're having this conversation, and high command is like, hey, we have an illegal listener on the channels. As soon as 9S hears that, he says, nope, turns it off. And he's like, whew, I don't think they got me. I think we're good. But as he turns around, he sees the silhouette of A2, and he follows the silhouette of A2 into a library type of location. And
this was very horror theme-esque.
It was. So he walks in, and the lights are flickering. There's a singular light bulb flickering in and out. He looks around at the library, and he sees reconnaissance photos. Included in those reconnaissance photos are 2B and 9S. And basically the light goes out. Nobody knows what happens to 9S.
Yep. And that's it.
That's end of episode. Very solid cliffhanger to end on. Sucks. We're going to have to wait another 2 or 3 months before this fucking thing comes out, it seems.
Yeah.
For me, it's a 3.5 so far if I were to rate it.
It's a light 4, like a 3 3/4.
Yeah, it's pushing 3 3/4 for me. I would give it a solid 3.5 right now.
Right. If it kept going, if we got a couple more, I probably would have been a solid 4.
I would have been a 3.75, maybe 4.
Yeah. All right, now we got 2 penultimates. We're going to talk about them now for our finale marathon.
Yes.
So let's start with Buddy Daddies.
Fantastic episode.
This 180 basically.
This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to give you a spoiler, but because of this episode, and I'm so excited to see the finale, it's up there in my 10. It's up there in my 10.
No, it moved up a couple of spots on my end, especially finale of one of them.
Is it close to the top 5? Yes or no?
Like in the middle. Like in the middle.
Okay, so you're looking at like the 6, 7, 8 range. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it'll go higher than that.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, basically picked up where he left off. Miri is with the mother, so Rei Papa and Papa Kazuki, they are depressed.
And bored and lonely.
Yeah, they didn't realize how quiet it was.
Yep.
Kazuki's cooking is not the same.
Nope, because no love.
Yep, and Ray doesn't even feel like playing his games and stuff.
Nope.
And this made Ray basically go, I'm going back to Papa.
Yep, going back to my father at the end of the year. You can have the apartment. I don't care what you do to it. Kazuki's like, this is too much apartment. I'll just get something smaller.
Yep, so we go to Ray. He's talking to his father.
Yep. His father's happy that he's back.
But he has a job.
Yep.
But actually, no, he doesn't have a job. This is basically it's going to happen.
Yeah, he's like, and he slides him a picture, and it's a picture that someone took, Kazuki, Ray, and Miri, and says, in order for you to be at your best, I need you to let go of your ties.
Basically, they cannot be around, otherwise you're gonna keep thinking about him.
Yep, and he's like, I don't care what you do, just don't harm Miri, please.
Yeah, basically, if you want to kill Kazuki 5, it's don't hurt Miri.
And he's like, the fact that you don't want Miri hurt is your weakness. We're gonna fix that weakness.
Basically, yep. This is going to happen no matter what. So this made Ray storm out. He's calling Kazuki.
Go to Miri right now.
Yeah, doesn't say what, or why. Just do it.
And Kazuki knows.
This is when he's with Kiro. Because
you skipped a moment. You skipped a moment too.
That's right. Kyu and Kazuki were talking. Yeah.
And you skipped another moment with Miri and her mom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was that almost got me. So the moment I'm talking about basically is Miri and her mom. They're having a good time together, and Miri wants to know when she's gonna see her papas back. And her mom is like, "Hey, those aren't your real papas." And Miri is like, "No, those are my papas. I love them very much." And this breaks Miri's mom. She hugs her tightly, is crying. And it's
to be fair, I thought she was going to hit her with how she was shaking her fists.
Yeah,
I thought she was gonna backhand her. I was like, no, don't do it.
No, and she's like, I promise to, I'm gonna be the best mom ever. And Miri's like, I love you too, mom. That was nice.
Don't like her, but I get it.
Yep, I get it.
And then we'll get to Kazuki and Kyu.
Yep.
Basically, so what now type of thing. And Kazuki doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. He's like, give me a job. And Kyo's like, I don't have any job that I trust you with. Straight up. And he's like,
basically,
but he admitted, he's like, I didn't anticipate this to really affect you the way it did. And I knew that they were going after you guys. That's why I purposely split them up. Split you guys up so you guys can live your normal lives.
Basically. Then we get to the phone call with Ray saying, go to Miri right now.
Yep.
Miri's asleep.
Miri's mom opens the door.
Basically, the phone was ringing while there was a knock on the door.
Yep.
And Kazuki can't reach her.
Yep.
Door opens up. There's a guy there with a box.
The assassin was the guy I'm forgetting, With a silent.
We don't have his name, so.
No, we have his name, I think. It's only mentioned a couple times, and it's fairly early on. I think the first time they mention is when the episode that Miri's
Ogiri,
yeah.
Ogino, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, he loves collecting people's last words. So he wants to hear them.
Oh, he shoots fucking Miri's mom. Miri's mom is bleeding out, and was like, "I'll take your last words now." And all of a sudden, fucking Kazuki fucking pops up. Ba bang bang, ba bang bang bang. Shots don't hit. They start battling back and forth, and fucking
Kazuki's down.
Yep, because against the wall, shoots his arm, so he drops the weapon. He's bleeding on his arm, out of his arm, and fucking he throws Kazuki to the side. And he's like, "I collect your last words after I collect hers," right? And then Kazuki is like, "Oh, are you sure?" And he pulls his phone out and 911.
Basically he had the police on the line, but we find out it's really Q.
Yeah, Q. We find out it was a barb, and Ogiri basically thought the same thing. Like, I'm not falling for your bullshit. And all of a sudden, fucking Q busts in. Was it Q? I think it was Q that busts in. No, Q busts in after the fact.
Yeah, no, the police sirens were
sirens are there.
Yeah, they heard the police sirens. Yeah.
Yeah. So he fucking bolts. He jumps out the window. Everything is good. And Kazuki, still shot, is trying to hold on to Miri's mom and was like, "Hey, don't die. She needs you. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die." And fucking, she has some nice final words. Make sure you protect Miri. Dead.
Yeah, but she was like petting Miri with her blood and all this. Ray gets there.
It's too late. Hey, you gotta go. We gotta go. It'll be bad if you stick around. So they go. Yep. Kazuki, they end up going to a safe house somewhere.
Yeah, Q's safe house.
Yeah, we go to Q's safe house somewhere in the mountains. And Ray comes in. He was like, "Where's Miri?" Miri's good. Miri doesn't know her mom is dead. And they're just trying to figure out what's next. And Kazuki's like, "Well, we're gonna move her. We're gonna all move far away. We're gonna stick her in an orphanage far away, and we're never gonna be in her lives again. So we don't have to worry about this."
And it's like we did this, and we're basically abandoning it. And like Ray, of all people, says, "No, we're not doing that. We owe her that."
Yep. And at that point, fucking Miri wakes
Kazuki. Well, first Kazuki's like, "Well, that means you're gonna do housework, basically." Like he was actually talking about there's chores, like what chores have to be done.
Yeah,
and he actually says, "Okay." It's like at video game times, like 1 hour a day. Like fuck.
Huh? Yep. Nani?
Nope. But he actually agreed to this.
Yep. But anyway, Miri wakes up. Where's Mama? Mama went to the store. Oh, will we all be together? Yeah, when Mama gets back. That was a tough conversation too.
That not now. They can't have that now.
Of course, she's only 4, 6.
Give it time, but because of this, Kazuki and Ray, they go to Q and they tell them they're leaving the business.
Yep.
They want normal lives, basically. And in an episode, can't wait for Friday. So how it's gonna happen?
This is the original, right?
Yeah, it's the original.
Did I put it as best original? I think I did.
Yeah, you have that Revenger, and apparently High Card counts as one, despite it being a mixed media.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's original? Why is original so low? I don't know. It's so low.
We don't get many. Like 2, maybe 3 a season.
This is easily the best one, though.
Yes, agreed.
Easily the best one.
Absolutely. Tokyo Revengers.
Solid.
All right, we'll talk about the previous one real quick before we get to the penultimate.
Yep.
Basically, job done. Black Dragon's gone.
Yep.
Takemichi, Hinata made up.
Yeah.
Basically, but it's a continuation of where we left off from that.
Yep.
Toma Meiden.
Yep.
Which is called Hakai apologized to everyone, but actually they all forgave him. Like,
yeah,
it was not your fault. Like, it's not your fault at all. Like, you did nothing wrong.
Yep.
We get it. You're protecting your sister. They respect that type of thing.
Yep.
So cool. He's still in the group.
Yep.
And Mikey has an announcement.
Yep.
Kisaki, you're out.
And Kisaki is flipping out. Hanma brings up a good point too. Hanma's like, "Hey, if you like kick us out, that means we're taking Mobius and
basically if he goes, I go, and I control Mobius. Like, I brought him here.
Yeah, and we had Walhalla. So you're gonna your group will only go to 100 members.
Well, we're like 350.
Yeah.
And they said, and Mikey said, "That's fine. I've been meaning to downsize anyway."
Yeah, we've been getting too big. Like, nope. And I'm not gonna like you're underhanded. I've been turning a blind eye to your underhanded tactics, but I'm not doing it anymore. And
so Kisaki, please, one more time. It's not working. So he just storms off, basically.
Yep. So and then we get one more announcement.
What was the announcement?
The remainder of Black Dragon falls under Takemichi's command. Takemichi now has the largest division in Toman, and they all fall under his command. And
because he technically won if he beats.
Yeah, and they told him Yeah, the two guys are like, hey, you don't have to trust us, but if you ever need help, you can call us. Taicho.
Yep. But yeah, so that happens. Takemichi feels like a winner.
Yep. He has a
We go
final
to the
conversation with not Mitsuya, with Chifuyu.
Yeah.
And Chifuyu's like, you're going back, aren't you? Right? And he goes, yep. And they had a nice moment together. They're like, hey, no matter what, you're my best friend ever.
I
And that
love
was the
Shifuyu.
moment. Chifuyu's down for the cause for real. So
Yeah.
what's it called? He
We
meets
get to the morning.
Yep, he meets Naoya.
No, before that. Mikey,
Oh,
Dragon.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Tomo-Chan has a surprise to Takemichi. His very
Yep.
own bike.
Yeah.
So Takemichi and Mikey, they're riding together. Teach them how to ride.
No, that was actually that was part of the penultimate. That was part of the. I'm sorry, that was part of the previous episode. Or that was was that the beginning?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that was the beginning of this episode. That was the beginning of the penultimate.
No, it was near the end.
No, you're talking about the photo. I thought you were talking about the photo.
No, I'm talking about the bike.
No, the bike happened, then the meeting happens, then the photo happens.
No, are you talking about the meeting with Kisaki?
No, it starts out with the bike. I'm telling you, it starts out with the bike. Starts out with the bike because they said like, hey, it's weird if the first captain doesn't have a bike.
I feel like that happened after the meeting. He talks to Chifuyu. Then he gets
yeah. No, yeah, because he doesn't ride the bike to the park where they have the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he does the bike.
Yeah.
Talks to Chifuyu. Before he goes, he wants that photo of everyone together.
Yeah.
Then he sees Noya.
Yep.
Do the thing. He says, look out for Hina.
Yep.
Shake hands. He's back. He's in a dress clothes.
Yep.
He want to know what's going on.
Yep.
And then there was a service.
It's a funeral.
But we don't know for who. Like, he keeps going. Yep. He talks to them.
He talks to the two girls, one with pink hair, one with blonde hair. He hears their names, and he's like, why do those names sound familiar? It clicks. He runs into the service, and there's a giant picture of
Mitsuya.
Mitsuya's dead.
Yep. And then basically
finale starts. He's freaking the fuck out. He doesn't know what the fuck is happening. And he trips and falls, and he sees an apartment key. And he's like, oh, this is my old apartment. He goes to the old apartment. He finds the photo that he took, because we skipped over that part. Thanks, Matt. Before he left, he took a final photo with everybody.
Yeah.
And
before that, though, he found out about Hina dying too.
Yeah, Hina died. And he's like, what the fuck? I thought we saved that. Everything went perfectly. So he goes to the apartment, sees the photo. Naoya visits him at the apartment. He's like, I knew you'd be here. He's like, my memories were overwritten as soon as you came in. And this is the worst timeline yet. And Takemichi's like, what do you mean? Everybody except you is dead. And the person that we think is responsible is
Mikey.
Mikey wouldn't do that. And they're like, why would Mikey do that? And they look at the photo, and we find out the photo was sent to him. And there was a note attached to the photo. And and we have to actually kind of go back to the bike, because we didn't
because
so basically they tell him the so basically Mikey gives him the bike. It's a brand new bike. It's a twin bike. It's a sister bike to his bike. And we find out that they're sister bikes because his brother, when he was searching for parts for the original bike, found this engine. They found two Cour engines, and he's like, I don't want to leave this brand new good engine there. So he took the engine. He just never did anything with it. And so Mikey, out of his own goodwill with Draken, they built the bike, gave it to Takemichi. And if you look at the postcard, it's basically like an envelope. The envelope says it's from the Philippines. And there's a note that says, meet me at the place we talked about on this date at this time. So Naoya and Takemichi fly to the Philippines. They go to these ruins, and they find Mikey there.
Change, new look.
Yep.
Black hair.
Yep. Cold eyes.
Dragon tattoo.
Yep. Cold eyes.
And he admitted to killing everyone.
Yeah.
At first, he was like, why did you leave?
Yeah.
Why did you leave Toman?
You were supposed to be the one to be a big brother to me. You were supposed to tell me when I was wrong. You were supposed to hold me down. Yeah. Why did you leave? And because of that, I killed everybody.
Yep. So we go to the past. Mikey led a life of violence as soon as Takemichi quit Toman. He was
Yeah.
telling the other members like
he didn't want Mikey to, he didn't want Takemichi to quit, and Draken and Mitsuya were like, no, he's not built for this. Where you want to go, you're going through a life of violence, and we pledge to support you through that life of violence. But don't make Takemichi do that because he's not built for this. Let him be free, please. And they beg him. They got on their hands and knees and dogetsu and they prostrated themselves. Please let him leave. And he leaves, and basically one by one stabs fucking. I think he stabbed Draken, killed Mitsuya. No, stabbed Mitsuya. I don't know what he did with Draken. Burned fucking Hanma. Not Hanma. What's his face? The other guy. The guy, but he just saved with the blue hair. Fuck, I'm forgetting his name. Hawkeye.
Yep.
Yeah, burned Hawkeye alive, and Chifuyu. And Chifuyu's last words, he's like, you have any last words before you die? Chifuyu's like, hey, he's gonna come back for you, and you're gonna see it's just like the Takemichi of old. You're gonna think he came from the past because he's from the future. Bang!
Yep. Yep. So basically, no mercy to everyone.
Yep.
Then he starts talking to Takemichi.
Yep.
And basically, he tosses a gun and says, I brought you here to basically kill me.
Yep.
Because he can't live like this anymore.
Nope.
And Takemichi won't do it. So Maki's like, fine, I'll kill you.
Yep.
So he gets on him. Like he was about to kill him. But Mikey gets shot in the head.
By Naya.
Yep. He falls down.
Yep.
And then Takemichi's like, like Mikey wasn't really going to do it. He wasn't going to kill me.
Yeah. And he's like, how do you know? And then he basically said, it's funny because, not funny, I should say. It's actually pretty sad. Mikey is being held and he looks and he's like, Naoya, is that you? And he's like, I knew you'd be the one to do it. I knew Takemichi couldn't do it. Dies in Takemichi's arms. Naoya looks at the gun. The safety was on the gun. He wasn't ever going to kill Takemichi.
Yeah. We got one more. That wild.
We got one more. My thought process is, why doesn't he just stay in the fucking past? Why doesn't he just stay in the past?
Why doesn't he just stop fucking? And every time he does something, it just leaves the same. He dies. Just let her die and let her go.
Hey, it's love, bro. Wouldn't that be something if it turns out like fucking you remember the end of what was that one? The one that's on Netflix. The one anime that's on Netflix, the psychological one. With the kids. Oh fuck, I'm forgetting it. It's like Scared or something like that, or I forget what it's called. Damn it. Oh my god, this is gonna bother me. Give me a second.
It's gonna bother you.
It's gonna bother me. Let me look it up. God damn it. I rated it 4 stars way back when.
While you're doing that,
Erased. Imagine it's like a race. Imagine it's like a race where like he does all this effort to try and save her. All this effort. He finally gets to a life where he saves her, and she ends up fucking what's it called? What's his face? God damn it. Kisaki or something has his kid.
Yes.
Obviously, that's not what happens, but wouldn't that be some shit if that's how?
It would be some shit.
That would be so ironic. You did all this for love. You did all this for love, and she fucked your enemy and had his baby.
All right, we got 9 shows to go through.
Well, something would be crazy if you hadn't been out for like 6 minutes. We'd be a little bit under an hour.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh well. Goddamn, Elon.
Yeah. Fire Hunter.
Weird.
I picked it up. I'm not gonna get too much into it.
It's hard. You know why? Because it's hard to get into. There's too many moving pieces.
Yeah. Basically, Hinako is fallen sick.
Yep.
The fucking mother is a psychopath. You find out.
Mm-hmm.
And what you call it?
Uses an illegal drug on her.
Yeah.
No, not Hinako. I'm sorry, her on the other girl.
What's the name? Kira.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kira gets bitch smacked basically.
Yep.
Calling out the mother.
Yep.
Hinako turns into a demon.
Yep.
So she's like all psycho and all this now. Runs away basically.
Yep.
And Kanata.
She doesn't actually turn into a demon. she's the vessel. We find out, we can skip ahead real quick to explain why she turns into like this fucking like this demon, as Matt said. It very looks demon like, but we find out toward the end of the episode, she's the vessel, the potential vessel of the goddess that they're trying to save, basically.
Right.
Which is interesting.
And now Kanata is looking for Hinako from
Yep.
Toko's instructions, basically.
Yep.
Toko and Akira, they go ahead of the predecessors to take care of the spiders.
Yep.
While encountering the Wind Clan's Hibari.
Yep.
To converse about the flickering flame.
Yep.
Which is basically a mechanical doll built by ancient humans.
Yep.
And basically, the fire hunter was supposed to hunt down the lady goddess to be crowned Lord of the Fire Hunters.
Yeah.
Spider hunters like Cour.
No, you know, hold on. The flickering flame is a satellite.
Oh, sorry.
It's a satellite. Yeah, it's a old satellite in orbit. It's crashing down. Sorry. Anyway,
basically, there's a war coming.
Yes.
The divine clans are relying on Lady Goddess for everything. Of course, Hinako saved Toko, and Akira is filming her from drowning.
Yep.
During all this.
Yep.
And basically, Yokibi family trying to locate her in full capacity.
Yep.
And Toko's basically alone.
Yep.
And it was like a very quick, abrupt ending.
Right.
This was a week 3.
Yeah, I agree.
The potential was there, but again, production and the value of it's not there. There's a season 2.
Like I said, it's got intrigue, but it's just so damn hard to follow. That's why it's tough, you know.
All right, let's just move on. That's it for that one. Thankfully, we got one episode for this, Nagatoro.
Yes.
It's time for the Dato.
Dato.
Yeah,
starts out
Nagatoro. Very cringe. And basically Naoto and Senpai, they're walking around. They were on the aquarium. Nagatoro got her penguins.
Yep.
Yoshi and Gamu, they're like close by.
Yep.
But they see Hana Tsunomiya trying to stop them. They're like, oh yeah, it's just you. But they see the other one, Sana. Yep. They're like, nope, fuck this. We're out. And we go back to Nagatoro and Senpai. Nagatoro sees people holding hands in this one area.
Yep.
And she, of course, now she has to teach Senpai about it.
Yep.
Like, so what do you like? What should you be doing right now? He's like, you hungry? All this type of stuff. Like, nope, negative points. Negative points. And Nagatoro sees her friends, like, shit. Senpai sees him too, so he just grabs Nagatoro's hand. So she got what she wanted, and they ran away from that. Yep. They're at the whale thing, where it's basically Shenmue type of shit.
Yep.
Does like a water spout, and Senpai jumps in front of Nagatoro, so she wouldn't get wet. So yeah, the one time to be cool, buddy.
Plus 100 points.
Yep, 10 billion points. But they do all that. They got the date's over. They're outside. They're at the beach. They're like, Senpai, you want your score? Negative for this. So Senpai starts beating himself up inside, like, I feel like shit. But she's like, but
yeah,
you got like you're plus 500.
Yep.
Out of 10,000 or something.
Plus 50. There's plus 50 out of 10,000.
Yeah,
or 50 out of 1,000. 50 out of 1,000.
Yeah, so you get that.
All right.
And then they're talking about how
it was a nice moment though, because he's like, oh, like they were like, Senpai asked him, let me ask you something then. Like, what was this date to you then? And Nagatoro very sweetly was like, oh, this was the real deal for me.
Yeah.
And she's like, and Senpai's like, well, this wasn't supposed to be a dry run for me either. And she's like, you want to do something that's not dry? And they're like, ooh, what's this? They're like, oh, let's play pop quiz. A, you hug, or B, we kiss. And Senpai's like, well, you don't just jump to kiss, right? And she's like,
So they
correct.
offered a
Hug.
hug. Yep, but
Meanwhile,
Gamo and Yoshi, they see this. Gamo's about to run in, but Yoshi stops her.
like, no,
He's
that's
like,
not.
was
Why?
like, what?
If we do more, we'll be cock blocks, which I laughed. I laughed when they say cock
I was
blocks.
like, this time he's like, cock blocker. It's like, good point. Let's not do it.
That was funny. I laughed.
Yep.
I admit,
I love how that's all it fucking took. They're protecting the video. Like, oh shit, we're cock blocking. We can't do this.
for real.
Never mind.
Protect
So
cock.
basically, the Tsunomiya cousins, they come there, like, right, we're not doing anything. So they were chasing around them. So this basically, their boner's gone for Senpai. Nagatoro's like, all right, let's not.
Mood's ruined. We're done.
Yep, date's over. Basically, now because of this,
Nagatoro's pissed off.
Hana makes Senpai lunch for clubs, like for apologies.
Yep, and we find out that Nagatoro's pissed off at Yoshi and Gamo, but eventually Sakura helps them mend fences, and they're like, "Hey, let's go eat lunch in the club room. We haven't bothered Senpai in a while." Okay, yeah. They open the club room, and you see fucking Tsunomiya like say feeding her the bento, and Nagatoro's like, "Hey,
I'm going to do this every day until he forgives me."
Right? She's like, "Well, I can make you a bento." And then fucking Senpai is like, well, don't you have practice tomorrow morning? And she's like, oh, I guess. And she's like, hey, how about this? You do it I'll make you a bento tomorrow and you make it one the next day and we'll just trade bentos every other day. And she's like, if you insist on having my cooking, ugh.
That type of thing. We get some credits. There's the after credit. Senpai and Nagatoro walking home.
Yep.
As about that hug.
Yeah, you want to finish what we started, huh? And very awkwardly, but then very kindly, they hug, and then Senpai's so creepily warm ends season.
I gave it 3.5.
You know, I gave it a 4, but
no, it's good, but again, the fact that there are the other rom-coms or just roms in general just overshadowed it.
Yeah, I tried to give it for the comedy, but some of the comedy is kind of cringe as well. I thought this season was better than season 1, though.
It was, but at the same time, it's like it just got overshadowed again, type of thing.
I know. Let me go with D. Let me see.
Yeah.
I gave both seasons a 4.
Yeah, I gave them both 3.5.
I feel like a 3 is too low for them. But at the same
3.5 is still fine. It's like a 7.
Yeah, but I round up though. That's the thing, and it's like I would give them like 3.75s, and if you give 3.75, I round up to 4. But like the more I watch Nagatoro, the more like it's a little more cringy, and I don't mind it. So I think I'm gonna edit them, and I'm gonna make them both 3s. Yeah. I'll make them both 3s. That's fine. That'll lower my overall score somewhat because of that, but it is what it is.
All right. Moving on, Ice Guy and his cool female colleague.
You know, I didn't mind this last episode, but I wasn't enamored with it, you know? I wasn't like, oh my God, this was fantastic. It was cool, but it wasn't.
Some tropes did get boring.
Yeah.
I think it was more, I liked the characters a little better, the chemistry of them.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that were selling.
Yeah.
But the thing with Hiromu is like nervous with the fact he didn't control it till the penultimate got very repetitive.
That doesn't even bother me as much. I just don't like his obsessiveness. Sean loves this. Starman loves this show more than he loves fucking. I don't understand how. And we'll have this fucking grand blowout argument on the fucking pod next week. But
yeah,
like it doesn't translate to me in the same manner.
Like I said, I like the characters more than the overall story of it. But basically, we get the overnight trip with Hiromu and Fuyusuki. Buddha basically says it's a big deal type of thing.
Yep.
They're on their own.
Yeah.
We spend the night somewhere at the hotel after.
Yep. Things go well. Even the meeting
goes well. It's Hiromu's project too, so.
Yeah, it's a big deal, but everything goes well. Everything goes swimmingly
until the end. Even the first meeting. Yeah, the first meeting was fine. They had dinner reservations at this nice fancy place.
Yep. And
walking home, Hiromu collapses.
Himuro gets a fucking cold. He gets a fever. Yeah, he gets a fever. Well,
Yep. He passes out. He's overworked.
Yep. And not only
he's
that,
point,
he
turns
turns
into a
into a
kid again.
child. He turns into a child, and Fuyutsuki's like, "All right, we're canceling dinner. We're gonna go back to the hotel room. You're gonna
I'm gonna
rest.
take care of you."
Yeah, and basically she's like, "Oh, do you want me?" Like, I'm hot. Okay, well, do you want me to get you like some ice cream? And she's like, "No, when I'm sick, when I have a fever, like I just have to for it to break. Nothing will work."
Yeah, basically, I had to let it play out naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like going to the hot summer. So Fuyutsuki does the best she can to take care of him.
Yeah.
But Hiromu's trying to get up again because he has to work on the papers.
Yep.
But Fuyutsuki says she'll do it.
Yep.
She'll at least email Buddha, let him know that went well.
Yep. And then as she's like, "All right, thank you," and then he just has another fit with his fever, and he collapses. But he collapses into Fuyutsuki's arms onto the bed.
Yep, practically pins her down.
Practically pins her down, and they both stare at each other. They're both blushing. Himuro is hot as hell.
This would have been good if he wasn't a kid.
It would have been. It would have been like, oh,
yeah. That's like that'll cost you some points.
A little bit.
But Hiromu got off of her. It's like I should be doing this type of thing.
Yeah.
And Hiromu was sleep.
Meanwhile, Fuyutsuki, I forgot to mention, Fuyutsuki's still flustered. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't."
Yeah, she's like, like she doesn't know what to do. That's the first
Doki
time
doki.
she lost. Her coolness is rubbing off.
Doki doki.
Yep. So she doesn't know how to respond to this, but they eventually like, sorry, all that. Pardon. He eventually goes to bed. He wakes up like midnight. He's back to his regular self.
Yep.
Fuyutsuki's passed out on the couch.
Yep. He gets really close to her face, almost kisses her, and was like, "Nope, gotta be professional. Gotta be professional."
And basically, he does a report overnight.
Yep.
Fuyutsuki sees him like by the computer.
Yep.
And now she's getting concerned for him again.
Yep.
And Hiromu like feels bad about missing the dinner thing, but she went to the convenience store, bought snacks and all this, so they have a little picnic.
Yep.
At the hotel.
Yep.
That was cute.
Yep.
And then basically, other meeting again. They're back on the train home. They get welcomed back by the other staff. I'm glad. I hope it went well, type of thing.
Yep.
And as they were walking home, they go back to the first spot where they met for the first time.
Yep.
It's been a year.
Yep. They
reflect on everything. And they talk about how much their lives have felt better after encountering with each other. Like Hiromu would have been a shut-in, alone type of thing because of his ice powers.
Yeah.
Fuyutsuki thought she was unapproachable, but nope. They're meant for each other.
Yeah.
Credits are rolling. They had the picnic.
Yeah.
Hiromu and Fuyutsuki, they had a hand-holding moment by accident with one of the drinks.
Yeah.
It's over. We don't know if we're getting a season 2. It's a week 4.
I agreed. Week 4.
It's still good though. I enjoyed it.
I did. It's one of my animations of the season. The animation was stellar.
Yeah, I love Fuyutsuki.
Fuyutsuki.
Yeah.
Fuyutsuki. Himuro and Fuyutsuki.
Fuyutsuki.
Not Fuyutsuki and fucking Himuro and Hiromu. You kept saying Hiromu. He's not Hiromu Takahashi. There's no Daryls.
What? Well, they have cats, so
Namaru is not Daryl.
Yeah. Fine. No matter.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Inspector.
Interesting finale.
Yeah. I that's the fate. Halfway through, I thought it was going to be like a nonsense filler.
Yeah.
Like they were just following, like they were going to solve the case about her the whole time. Then it turned out they were wrong. Yeah. That's what I thought it was going to be. I'm glad it wasn't. I was going to say no, fuck this.
Yeah.
But no, it's just there's those 2 guys at the restaurant.
Not 5 guys.
They're talking. What?
Not 5 guys. 2
guys. Yep. Basically, they're talking at this restaurant. They see Iwanaga there. They're like, hey, what's this little child doing here? They think she's a lolly.
Yep.
Basically, a child by herself.
Yep.
They were doing all these assumptions like that.
Yep.
And basically, she's a rich kid. She's a rich adult.
Yep.
I used to fight her face and all this.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, they just go back to each other.
Yep.
So it's like, you have been like, so did you kill your wife?
No. So the conversation started off. They're having the dinner and they're like, hey, I'm very surprised you invited me out. You know, I know it's been 6 months since your wife passed away. And he starts saying, like, yeah, you know, I've been losing sleep. Like, I haven't been feeling well. But, you know, I was like, you know, like, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Like, I haven't seen my friend. Like, I'm not treating him. Let's go out for a nice dinner. I think it was not usagi. Well, it was some sort of like eel. Huh?
It's an they're again unagi.
Unagi, yeah, unagi, which is it's eel basically.
Yeah,
which is very healthy and nutritious.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so after the Matt said they just go back to that after they start talking about Iwanaga. They're like, all right, so why did you kill your wife? And he's like, what do you mean? And then
so all of a sudden, like, he just like he knew everything about him. He was like talking about how, like, basically, like, you know, your wife was about to leave you. You couldn't have that happen, so you found a way,
because
to get her killed and all this.
Yeah.
And then basically, the other guy's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Basically, they were trying to be detectives the whole conversation, whether it was about her or about his wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you couldn't. And the other guy's like, well, you couldn't be the killer because you're still talking to be calm, like you're not freaking out, no jitters.
Yeah.
You're still eating, basically.
Yeah.
So like, I apologize. Like, I will pay for the dinner, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, talking, like, you know, that's not a bad theory, though. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like admitting he did it, but not saying it.
Right.
So he drops his friend off. And then you see him, like, going his own direction. And Iwanaga's there, like, so? And she's like, so, you're going to turn yourself in? And so basically it turns out that he did kill his wife.
Yep.
And it was because she was going through a divorce.
Yep.
It was if he can't have her, no one can, basically, ordeal.
And the reason why Iwanaga knows this is because of the fact that spirit, like the way he's been losing weight, losing sleep, isn't because of his guilt. Spirit. It's because of her spirit clinging on to him.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, she's like, hey, no matter what you do, I don't care. I was like, if you want to turn yourself in, that's fine. If you want to live your life openly and freely,
it's like, you can, because like it'll eventually go away.
Yeah, but
you'll eventually get
you
bored.
Always have the spirit of your wife behind your back, weighing on you, bothering you, possessing you, or whatever you want to do.
Yep. So and then as she's about to walk away, she's like, wait, so one more thing. Like, before you go,
and he's thinking
why are we at the restaurant?
And no, and he starts contemplating while he asks her that question, like, oh, I could just kill her too. She doesn't have to know. Like, nobody knows. Like, no one's around. I could just fucking smash her and like, oh, I tripped, I fell, I died. You know. But yeah, and she's like, oh, why are you at the restaurant? And she's like, oh, well, I want to do something.
I want Unagi to get horny. I want to be
horny. Yeah, it's a women's vitality, and it's my first time staying with my boyfriend in a while, and I need all the energy I can get.
Yeah, also because of this case, I'm even more horny. Let's go.
Yeah, like, I'm feeling some type of way right now. I love horny Iwanaga. That was great. You know, that was great this season.
That was half the season, basically.
And I loved it.
Yep. So she goes to pick him up from work.
You know, the big question is, does he take the leg off or does the leg stay on?
Probably stays on.
You know, I don't know.
You gotta think. Yeah, I think it stays on.
It's gotta be weird though, like, right? If you got her legs up and you're like fucking and like you have like this plastic leg, it's like it's colder, right? Like you have a cold leg and a warm leg, and it's like, what? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
What happens if it falls off? Does like your boner go down? Because it's like, oh, she's got a nub.
Just don't look at her.
She's got a nub. You know. Yeah. You just grab the nub? Like, what do
grab it. Just grab the hips.
Yeah, I think so, right? You just grab the hips.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta do. She's petite.
All right, so you know the position, right? Where you have like you have the woman there, and like her leg is like underneath you while you're fucking her, like on the side, or you have her leg up and you're fucking her, right? So does he turn her the opposite way, so like his crotch like isn't over her leg with the nub, or like is her nub like rubbing his balls because it's like long enough? Like
I think you would have like a leg is like on top of it. So it's
would
like
have a leg to stand on.
yeah. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, but yeah, she picks up Koro from the job.
Yes,
Basically, he's doing college. He's like has a free job, basically to avoid her type of thing.
basically.
But he's like, but I'm actually horny for you.
Yeah, like let's go home immediately so we can try out this unagi.
Yep. It's like, and I'll let you do whatever you want to me.
Yeah. Low 4.
I gave it a 3.5.
I gave this a low 4. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because of the intrigue, the mysteries. The mysteries were all solid this season. The comedy was solid. I enjoyed, like I said, horny Wanaga.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. Like I said, the mysteries were fun, well thought out. The only thing, I wrote this in my review that I'll be posting sometime at some point. But one thing that I didn't really like about the show is that outside of the first few episodes, we didn't get any real enhancement on the Rika story, which is we only
got the mention of her in the penultimates.
Yeah, we don't get
how she's the one that suggested that family should go to them for the
she's
case.
in the first couple, she's in the first few episodes, right? They're trying to find Rika in the first and second. No, the first and second one are just random ones.
Yeah, they're random ones. Rika had one episode. It was a flashback.
Yeah, we don't get a hell of a lot of Rika, which is the true main story of this. So that's a little bit of a downer. That's why I gave it a low 4, not a solid 4. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoy it because it's so different compared to what I watch. I watch shonen and I watch rom-coms. Those are like the two things mainly that I watch, right? Action and love. And so this mystery one, because it stands out for me, even though it's very hard to follow at times. It's not hard to follow, it's hard to describe in like a review like this. But I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So I gave it a low 4.
It was fun. It was more as like other stuff better, and I wish there was a little bit more of consistency story wise, especially with Rika.
Yeah.
I think that was one thing that was like really holding it back.
Sure.
Because again, it was just there was some details, sure, mostly focused on the yokais, like the spirits and all this.
Yeah.
I just wish there was like a more main story outside of like the last 3 to 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Of that case. That was like basically the main case.
Yeah.
And didn't feel like at the same time. Like all together, but yeah, basically there was intrigue there, cases not so much, but I just like the characters in that mostly. Yeah,
I enjoy it. Like I said, it's worth the watch. 100%.
It's still enjoyable. Like I'll definitely watch season 3 if you get it.
Oh, 100%.
Alrighty, high card.
Solid end.
This was a good end. I will give it that.
It was a very good end.
But we'll talk about the penultimate a little bit, not so much. It's basically background on Redgrave or Chris, really.
Yeah.
And now he's an enemy of the crown.
Yep. Yeah, basically
because he went rogue, basically.
Yeah, he went rogue, and Finn is temporarily suspended. They take his card, and he's basically ordered to stay in place. And Lindsay shows back up, and Lindsay's like, "Hey, I got this in the mail." And they open the letter, and it's a check for 200,000 euros, and it said you can rebuild Finn's home with this. Finn Senpai, signed Finn Senpai, and they're like, "Oh, well, isn't that nice, right?" And then
they see who actually signed the check.
Yeah. So, but then a piece comes up during this, and it's that what's called Lindsay mentions about like it's okay to have 2 homes, it's okay to have 2 families, and it triggers something in Chris. I'm sorry, in Finn. And he's like, Chris, family. Oh my God, he's gonna go see his sister. That's where he went.
And
so he rushes out.
He puts together like he's gonna do the foreplay, like his dad did.
Yeah, he starts putting it together, and he realizes, oh my God, he's gonna do X-Hand. Meanwhile, while this is happening, the Klondikes are storming the fucking the royal palace, and they're trying to evacuate the king. And they're basically all the rest of High Card can't go after Chris. They're trying to basically, save the king.
Basically, their job is to protect the crown.
Yeah,
so
and
Leo,
also
Wendy.
But also, which is interesting, is that as Chris is trying to make his way over, 2 things. One, he anticipated this ahead of time, and we're like, "Where's his card? Where's his card? Where's his card?" He sent his card along with the other 3 cards over to Chelsea. He sees Chelsea. He gets a change of clothes. He gets a new identity. He gets the cards, and he steals Chelsea's car.
Yep.
And that's one. Two, in order to get away, for whatever unknown reason, that it still wasn't explained, even in the finale, the Klondikes begin to help him.
Yeah.
And the Klondike, the woman with the crazy powers that she can like move shit, inanimate objects, and like, shoot them or whatever, she helps him, right? Takes out all these police officers. Crazy, right? And he's able to move forward. Same thing happens in the finale. I will say this
with
like,
Bond, yeah.
With Bond Klondike, he
basically fuck them, basically fuck the rebels.
Yeah, he fucking created a whole crater, decimated an entire police blockade, basically, and tells Chris like follow your heart, which is ironic because his card is the 5 of hearts.
Yeah,
right?
And that is what he's doing basically.
Yeah. So basically, the penultimate episode ends with basically Finn goes over to the hospital and everybody's freaking out, and Michelle is gone, and there's a note.
Security just knocks him out.
No. You're skipping ahead. You're skipping ahead. There's a note on the card, and it says, "When you read this letter, call me." So he calls, and Chris is underground in the parking lot with a dying Michelle, and was like, "I know you'd be the first person to find this and call me, right?" And basically, Finn tries to talk him out of it. He can't talk no jitsu his way out of this. And all of a sudden, a sniper comes up next to him, tries to snipe Chris as hits him in the head, but he's got his card back.
Yep.
Revives like nothing, keeps driving. And Finn is like looking at him like, what the hell? Like, is this some guy who works for High Card? And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, Finn Oldman, you disobeyed a direct order. You're fired from High Card.
Yeah.
End episode. New episode comes in, as Matt said, they have a disagreement. Finn's like, well, I don't work for you guys anymore, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. He opens the door. There's 2 security guards there. They fucking head palm him into a wall, bust his head open. He goes unconscious. Right. Meanwhile, while this is happening, what's the cop lady name? Do you know her name?
Sugar.
Sugar is there with Chelsea. They're rushing to the hospital because they figure it out themselves. They see Finn is unconscious, and indirectly, Sugar helps Finn escape. Finn, while he's escaping,
it's the High Card. Is oh fuck High Card, bam.
Yeah, and fucking while she's escaping, manages to steal the policewoman's keys, drives away, realizes Chelsea's in the back seat. Chelsea, what the fuck are you doing here? Oh, we came to save Chris. So they drive away, and then fucking Sugar steals the High Card cop car, basically the High Card's car, and it's like, oh, think of it as a extra legal measure. That's what Finn used the line on her. Think of it as an extra legal measure. Extra legal measure. She goes after them, right? And they have this conversation about everything going on. And the old man, the butler, comes in and was like, "Oh, I've been listening to you this whole time." Comes out, there's a wiretap behind his fucking back that Finn is too oblivious to have found before.
Yeah, but he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to save Chris? Because if you do this, you'll be an enemy of the crown.
Yeah, you'll be an enemy of the state." And he's like, "Yep, I'm sure. I'm going full retard." Like, all right, no problem, bro. And at that point, we see the Klondike woman fucking blows the car up, shifts the car over against the wall, car blows up. Of course, Finn and Lindsay survive. Don't know how, but because plot survived.
They're about to die.
And
Wendy.
No. Again, you're skipping ahead. What's it called? Chelsea grabs Finn's hand. They managed. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they jumped over an entire fucking overpass. Chelsea eats a fucking stone like bullet to the leg, and she's bleeding out of her leg. But they managed to briefly escape from the Klondike woman. Which, by the way, to this point, I want to see fucking. It's like, damn, I kind of want to see Finn and Chelsea now. I want to see Finn and Chelsea. Like, I want to ship them. It's gonna end up being Chris and Chelsea, but I want to ship them. But anyway, it's only temporary, as we said. The Klondike woman comes up, keeps attacking Finn. Basically, Chelsea's too hurt to continue, so they go save Chris, right? So he's running, they get attacked, and he's about to die, right? Finn is about to die. There's a whole sign called W Mobile for T-Mobile, W Mobile, about to fall on him, and Wendy comes to save the day, slashes the sign.
Yeah, she's in her alter ego.
She's in her alter love form, talking all dirty, which is hot. She's hot. Yeah. That's hot.
Yeah, nice to see you after like 8 episodes.
Yeah, and gets into a battle with her. Finn basically gets picked up along the way by Leo and the old man and DJ.
We also skipped. Leo says his stuff was clear, He was going to
Yeah.
go find Finn and Chris, and the dad said no.
Yeah. And so eventually he's
Basically,
like, we're good. He
basically
opens
they're
the
dead to
door.
us.
And no, but he basically is like, all right, no, fuck this. I'm opening the door. Nobody's
He's not
gone.
there.
And Theodore is like, you did your mission. It's a success. We managed to, the king is escaping. He's over there fucking drinking tea. And he's like, all right, you're good. Stand by for orders. And Leo's like, no, we're going to go find Chris and Finn. That's what the fuck.
Now we get to,
Now we get to, they save them. They're driving. And Finn is like, hey, I need help. There's a shortcut. We need a shortcut. There's no faster way to get there. As they're doing this, there's a light on the Ferris wheel, because they're going specifically to the Ferris wheel. They find out that's Chris's next place is to finish the date that they were on previously, which I thought was a really good connection. Yeah. And they see a light in the Ferris wheel. He's doing the X hand. They're like, fuck, we got to get to him. We got to get to him. And Leo's like, all right, this is coming out of your paycheck next time. And he fucking starts
like
building
$700,000 just to just.
No, that's like $700 million. And he just fucking like, what's it called? He
made a bridge.
He built an overpass. Building, overpass, building, overpass. He runs out of money. They're short. They can't get there in time. And fucking the old man who's driving the car that Finn is in was like, nope, fuck this. Let's go. Steps on the gas. They jump over the fucking overpass, basically. Finn jumps out the car. He's flying in midair. And he's like, I got to make this shot count. Plays his little measly 2 of fucking spades. Shoots a bullet. And I thought this whole time he's going for Chris's head. He's going to be the one to kill Chris.
Yeah, but no, it's basically he stops the crossplay.
He stopped the crossplay. He shoots one of the cards. He lowers the bet, and that saves Chris. Chris passes out at the same time that Michelle wakes up. 3 days later.
Finn stayed at the hospital with him.
And they're like, hey, basically he lived because of his immortality card. And although the X play didn't fully work, it helped Michelle get better. She's no longer in like hospice for right now because of his.
She's not 100% yet, right?
No, she's not 100%. They said that's what the old man said when
she's just not terminal right now.
Yeah, basically they said like while we can't say she's in remission, which made it seem like she has cancer. Yeah. So they're like, while she can't say she's in remission, she's no longer in critical care. So she's no longer in hospice for now. Right, so it was like a extender basically, and all's well that ends well. And in an after credit scene, we see the Klondike woman, who, by the way, got slashed the fuck.
Well, before that, we find out Finn and Chris, they got their jobs back. Now Chris is the Kohai. Yep. So now they're stuck together. They have a nice little brotherly moment between them.
It is.
Ends there. Then the after credit. Female Klondike, she's pinned against the wall. She's like,
already been slashed open, and then she gets stabbed through the fucking chest. He says, whose side are you on? And it's the Black Knight that killed Finn's family.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking end. That's a good end.
Solid end. I'm looking forward to season 2. Again, 3.5.
I gave it a 3.75 and I rounded up to a 4. It's better than a 3 on my ranking, so I gave it a 4. But realistically, it's a 3.7.
Good concept. Some episodes were pretty weak. I liked Finn and Chris. The other guys, they were basically fuck off.
I wrote that in my review. I was like, they did a great job of making us care about Finn and Chris. Finn's backstory is one of redemption, and it's easy for you to root for him. So that was fantastic, but they didn't do anything to establish any of the backstories or make us care nearly enough
about the
remaining characters.
Like one of them didn't get an episode. The one with the girl wasn't really strong enough. It's just, she has an alter ego.
Yeah,
and the balance.
At least we got somewhat of a backstory with her, but we don't get much.
But it's like no one gives a shit.
Right.
She's just a psycho yandere.
Yeah, so I gave it a low 4. Realistically, it's a 3.75 for me.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 or 7 out of 10, but it's good. But I know it could be more. So
we will be watching season 2, right? Safe to say, we'll watch season 2. Yep.
Alrighty, My Hero Academia. We won't talk about the penultimate much because it's basically one big thing. Uraraka trying to convince the townspeople to let Deku stay, let him sleep.
It's a nice moment.
And it was really nice. I love this. I think I love this episode the most. Just the emotion of it. Deku like breaking down, crying. One of the kitty stage from season 3.
Yeah.
like running up to him, even that anthropomorphic from the early episode.
The thick one. Ooh.
Yeah, the thick one, right?
I saw a dojin, not dojin, like whole full thing, but I saw a hentai with her riding his dick. Like, this is all for one, and she's just fucking slamming her fucking ass on the shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Nice. But no, I love the speech. I love that she was slowly winning people over. The kid ran up to him first.
Yeah.
The emotion from Deku.
Yeah, it was nice.
I loved it.
I loved it. Yeah, it was nice. Really nice.
And now we're gonna get to the finale.
And it focuses specifically mostly on All Might.
Yeah, it's All Might meets Stained.
Yep. And
I told you it was him. But
yeah, you're right. And Stained goes,
he's like, who are you, basically?
Yeah, and he's like, I'm All Might. He transforms for a millisecond. And
he's like, no, you're not.
Like, he's like, no, you're not. Yeah, he's like the All Might.
He knows like the person, sure, but he's not the hero.
Yeah,
All Might.
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
he lost his way.
Yeah, you lost your way. Like, no, I know he would never give up. He would always, like, even if he can't do anything, he would still try to do something. Even if he dies, he's gonna die trying to save. People that he cared about so much.
Like, look at your statue.
Yeah,
you see that woman over there.
And there's a woman that came there, takes down a sign that says he's not here. And it said that woman puts herself in, she's a refugee. She puts herself in danger every day to take that fucking sign up that they put up every day.
And she was the one who saved from All for One.
Yeah, the last person you ever saved was that woman.
Yep.
And it makes All Might emotional. And basically, Hero Stain basically throws him a manifesto with his knife and said, I hope you give this to All Might. I wanted him to be the only person to get this information. And take that from me, the man who killed 40 heroes.
Yeah, and it's like, and basically, and he said to All Might, when the real All Might's back, find me.
Yeah.
Like, the real All Might would basically, he wants to be arrested by All Might.
Yeah, basically. And, it's interesting because All Might, when he first saw Stain, he's like, hero killer Stain. He's like, well, kill me. You got me. I can't do anything. Yeah, and that pissed Stain off, basically. Stain's like, wow, you just giving up, you fucking piece of shit. Really?
Yeah, like he because he idolized All Might.
Yeah.
A lot. So
yeah, he did.
And then Deku finally takes a bath. And we got the little moment. Everyone's naked there. Bakugo calls him Izuku.
Yeah.
He's like, you can still call me Deku.
Kachan.
Yeah. It's like, that's gay, but cute.
Hey.
And now, Deku, who's like restless, he said he can't go to bed yet because he has to apologize to All Might for how he treated him.
And they're like, dude, All Might's right out the window. Yeah. Looking like a sad puppy.
I laughed. I was like,
that was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
And then All Might apologized.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sorry, I wasn't who I was supposed to do, look after you. And then Deku was like, no, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We skip a bit. All Might talks to the cops. He was given the information.
Yep.
About what's going on. And basically, they're like, oh, it'll take like 3 months or so for Shigaraki to fully. But All Might says, like, no, that's wrong.
Hero Stain said it takes 38 days. Based on the last battle, we have 3 days.
Yeah, they have 3 days till Shigaraki's complete.
Which leads into Season 7. But
yeah, basically, the heroes all around the world, they're having a meeting.
Yeah.
Some are like, we can't send anyone right now, type of ordeal. But someone from the States is coming.
Yeah, they're like, well, we already came. The number one hero of the United States. Looking like a mix of, she looks like a mix of fucking Captain America, Miss Marvel, and fucking what's it called? And god damn, what's the other one?
All Might.
All Might. Star and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes is the protege of All Might from when he was in the States.
Yeah.
And my master's in trouble. I gotta go help him. I ain't waiting. I'm not getting approval. I'm going.
I hope she does the United States of America smash. I mean, it's a 5. We said
I'm not talking about her, but let's give it a 5.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we talked about this for weeks. It's a 5.
It is. Although, it is. I will give it. I liked Cour 1 better.
Yeah.
Like if I was grading just this Cour, it'd be like 4 3/4.
Yeah.
As a whole,
as a whole, to 5. I agree with you. Cour 1 is like a 5.5. Core
Yeah,
one was fucking
Core one
sensational.
was really good. That was like
Core one was like a 5.5. This was like a 4.5.
yeah,
It's a
they
5.
found a way to make just this one battle a whole season.
Yeah, it basically
And it worked.
And you know that Tartarus, like this whole thing, from the time Tartarus was broken into to the time Deku goes through his stage, it's like 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days. They made an entire season out of like a week. Basically, it's like about a week and a half.
Well, to be fair, JoJo.
No, probably a little longer. It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I'm saying, to be fair, JoJo Part 5 was a whole weekend.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's 3 days. The whole thing, 3 days about.
That's nuts.
It is nuts. Oh,
It's
man.
nuts.
But no, very great season. I can't wait for 7.
Yep.
I was talking to my friend about Cour reads the manga, like fully. Yeah. I was like, do you think it'll end at 7? He said, no, it'll probably be season 8.
Really?
Definitely season 8. Yeah, like it's almost done. The manga's almost done. There's still some stuff to do.
I bet you it won't be season 8. I bet you it'll be a movie, a canon movie.
Maybe. Depends.
Let me ask you. Is this in your top 3?
This?
Yes.
I got that spoiling. No, I can't tell you.
Oh, come on.
No, we did too much. We can't keep doing the rest.
It's little teasers.
Yeah.
We know it's in your top 5. The question is it in your top 3?
It's in my top 5. I will say that. Again, it's mostly fall. Half of it is fall.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just not saying where, but I'm trying to
count.
You where mine is, I'm trying to count how many we got left. Hold on.
Ichi, ni, san, shi. I think like 4 or 5.
Hold on. We got Trigun, Angel, Tomo. I think that's it.
Play it cool, guys.
Oh, play it cool, guys. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Play it cool, guys.
All right, 4. All right, so we got 4. Let's play it cool, guys.
Yeah, it's easy.
This was cute. This was really fucking cute.
It was. It's a cute series.
We got our beach episodes.
Yes.
And what you call it? Soma. Shiki, he was sulking a bit because basically
finale. Do you want to talk about the penultimate or no?
Did anything major happen in penultimate?
Shun was late. Shun was late and he completely so the penultimate starts off with Mima lamenting, like he's like, oh, like it's a beautiful summer day, you know, you don't really feel much cool air, the skies aren't that blue when you're in the business district. Yeah. And like, man, like I'm not gonna do a summer of just not doing shit, right?
Basically these last 2 episodes was the beach.
It's the beach, yeah. So we find out, no, it's beach week, motherfuckers. And then they wake up Shun, like, Shun, where you at? And he's like, what do you mean it's so early on a day off? He's like, it's beach day. And he rushes over. Fucking Hayate.
I knew that.
Hayate finds out later on. Like he didn't bring a fucking extra set of clothes. Also fucking what's his face? Hayate was a cock block with Soma.
Yep.
So I had 2 girls there trying to pick up on Soma because he's cool, because he was wearing a shirt inside out, and fucking Soma looking like a fucking Asian Michael Phelps turned them off and cock blocked him, and that's basically more or less the end of the penultimate episode. The main event focuses on Soma, as we said. Soma is depressed because
before that though, we get a little flashback where basically Soma is talking to Sota. Yeah, basically he wants like who made this? Who made it? Like basically man-made things. Yeah, and he wants to do something like that. Like he wants to make something for people. Yeah, and that's why he like makes art, like album covers type of thing, graphics.
Yeah,
and you see he's depressed as he sent the photo, and then she was like, "What is this?" Like laughing.
She's like, "I don't know where to start."
Yeah, like I don't know where to start. LOL.
And Soma's dejected. Like you're like, wow, you're laughing at my hard work. Wow.
Yeah, and then basically the rest they're wrapping it up. They go get ice cream, and then Soma.
Yeah, Hayate is like, hey, I didn't bring my extra set of clothes. I'm gonna go run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to draw. No, Shunda says that.
That was Hayate.
No, Shun's the athletic one.
Hayate, no, but it was Hayate because it was the kid. He's the blonde one.
The blonde one is Shun.
It's Hayate. I thought it was Hayate.
No, Hayate's the brown hair.
Oh, I always get them confused.
No, it's the blonde is Shun.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so basically they reads the message again. No, he calls her.
No, he doesn't call her. No. It's he read the message. Like he's like, no. So what happened was he read the message eventually, realized he sent a picture of him burying fucking Shun under the
Yeah,
under
it's
the
like, oh
sand.
shit. It's like, I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
I sent you the wrong
these
photo.
are the pictures. Let me know what you think. And
Then
as
she
she
calls
sends the
him.
pictures, no, as he sends the pictures, Shun, who's running, just kicks the shit out of Soma.
Like
I
steps on
died
him.
laughing. Literally, my cat is just chilling next to me, sleeping. I'm watching this. Like, this is cute. Boom, the kick happens. I bust. I'm like, yo, and I fucking die laughing. My cat fucking runs, and I'm just like, I just laughed. I laughed for a good like 30 seconds, just laughing. And Shun basically, he's like, oh, this fucking hurts. Like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you running? And he looks at the phone. There's a message. And then he gets a phone call. She calls him and was like, I can't believe what you sent me. This is amazing. I didn't expect this to come out so well. Like, hey, my only request is I want to use both of them. Can we use the first one as the main cover and use the second one as the single? As the single. And she's like, yeah, that's no problem. We can do that. And Soma is upbeat. He's very happy. All's well that ends well. Everybody's asleep on the way home. It's just Mima and Igarashi. They're awake. And as they're talking, they're like, oh, you've arrived at your destination. They're like, what? We're still driving.
Yeah.
Turns out Mima put the wrong address.
But
as they do
fireworks.
There's a fireworks like the happening, and everybody wakes up with the sound of the fireworks. They pull off to the side of the road. And they were like, hey, I guess today's a firework festival. And then they were like, hey, well, you know, you're if you had put the right directions, we wouldn't have seen this. So good job.
Yeah, basically it was a secret spot.
And then Hayate is like, hey, this is the secret spot where I happen to be at the secret spot that is the best place to look at the fireworks. Wow, coinkydink. But they all have like a final moment together. They want to take a picture. It comes out awkward, and then there's basically a voiceover, right? A narrator saying like, you know, like this is the story of all cool guys that act weird to play it off.
So they're like we should basically, and they made a vow to do this again next year.
Yeah.
Series is over because the manga's over.
3.5.
Definitely 3.5. It's very cute.
Yeah. Wholesome.
Fun little stairs. Yes, agreed.
It's a wholesome anime. This is your, like you mentioned, like I mentioned you before, the slow loops, the do-it-yourselves. This was my version of that I'd put you on. It's just, it's a chill anime for all the love and the drama and the action and the death and etc. that we always praise and should, you know, always encourage you guys to watch. This is just, you know, just a chill anime. It's a simple watch. It's only 11 minutes an episode. You can watch it 1, 2, 3. It never feels like it drags on. It always feels like, wow, that was fast. And yeah, it's just a nice, easy watch, chill watch. Just relax, enjoy it, laugh a little bit. There you go.
Alrighty, Tomo-Chan's a girl.
Tomo-Chan's a girl. So we're still ending with Try.
Yep.
All right.
We got
even though despite the fact, guys, we have what's
an
it called?
Angel background.
An angel background.
But as when we talk about it, it's hard. It's hard not to.
It's hard not to end with Trigun.
But yeah, we got Tomo, Angel, and Trigun. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it.
Tomo, we're gonna talk about 2, but this one is quick. Basically, half of it was the Cinderella thing, like the play going full out, full
went
display.
really well. Yep, went really well.
And we get a thing with what was Tomo and June, were they having a conversation? They were spending the festival together. They were after.
Yeah, they spent the festival together.
It was like a date dope type of thing.
Yeah.
And basically, they saw like they were doing a dance thing.
Yeah, at the end
outside.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "This is like we're a couple type of thing." Like Tomo said it teasingly.
Yep.
And then June said, "What's so bad? Would that be a problem?"
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a confession, but it was a hint at it.
Yeah, basically.
And this made Tomo fluster, and she ran away.
Yep. And she for days can't talk to him. Eventually, he corners her, and by saying like, "Hey, I challenge you to the roof." And Tomo just comes rushing up like, "Who's the idiot that wanted to challenge me?" And she sees June like, "Oh no, I'm trapped. It's a trap."
Yeah, basically, and
he
was conveying his feelings to her.
Yeah, and he's like, "I love you."
Yeah, and so basically, like I realize now when you confess to me, that's what you meant.
Yeah,
and then Tomo, this got Tomo pissed. Like, now.
Yeah, now, and punches him straight in the fucking face.
And then she gets upset, like, I blew it.
Yeah, you asshole, slams the door, and then she's back talking to fucking to Carol and Mizuzu.
Carol, but Mizuzu actually apologizes.
And this was a nice moment. This was a very nice moment.
He's talking about, like, I tried so hard to change you when I shouldn't have. Like, you should have been. He's like, I like you as you.
You never.
I know he does too. Like, you did. Yeah. So she starts crying.
Yeah.
So like it finally got to her.
She finally found her estrogen.
Yep. She's no longer colder than a banker's heart.
No longer colder than a banker's heart. So basically the second half comes over. Basically, she runs after June and she's like, I'm not running away anymore, June. Let me have a second chance one more time. And they start walking and basically they have a conversation like, are you sure you like me? Are you really sure? Are you super sure? Are you absolutely sure you love me? Yes. And she's like, well, my fear basically is that, we're not going to be.
We can't be anymore. We're not going to be friends.
Yeah, we're going to be lovers now.
And now June said,
this is the type of relationship I want. And they race up the stairs.
Yep, they're running. Tomo, of course, won despite the head start.
Yeah,
it's like we can do both. Like we can love each other, but also have fun like this.
And then she tells him, like, you're my best friend, you're my best bud, you're my rival, and you're basically my lover. I love you. And she says, I love you too. June is excited and collapses because of being tired and the happiness of the girl that he likes telling her he loves her back. And that ends that episode. Episode 12. I'm sorry, episode 13. That was episode 12. Episode 13, the season finale, starts out basically and Tomo wants to progress further, and so Carol and Mizuzu are like,
you should kiss her.
You should kiss him. Like, how do I do that? And they're
basically, before that though, basically Tomo is a little annoyed, but like not like mad at like, why is he chill? Like, why isn't he getting mad?
Why isn't he flustered, etc.? He's been so cool.
Yeah, so basically now, like, you should, we gotta take it to the next level. You should kiss him. And Mizuzu said, like, you should take him to this romance movie. And it is Christmas time.
It is Christmas time.
Better way to do it. So basically, Tomo brings it up.
And Tomo is so pretty.
Yes.
This is the prettiest she's ever been. Truly.
Right.
Truly. I think she was even prettier here than she was in her yukata.
Agreed.
Yeah, just chill. She had leggings, boots, a nice jacket, simple shirt. She had her hair kind of back with a little bit of a bang. She put lip gloss on. She exuded real femininity naturally.
Yeah, like while being herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
She combined her tomboyness with a bit of a feminine charm, and it works.
It works. Yeah. She looks absolutely great. And so they go see the movie and
they get to a scene and she replays stuff in her head. Like, if they get to a kissing scene, put your hand on top of his.
Yeah.
And now, but she's freaking out. Like, they're like, this is more than kissing.
They're basically in bed about the fuck.
Yep. So no, it's like I wonder how June feels. Like he's like paying attention.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, I was like, what?
And June is funny because June at the beginning of the before the movie is like, we're gonna see this, and fucking Tomo's like, hey, we're not kids now. We should watch stuff like this. This is grown up film.
This is adulted.
And meanwhile, fucking Tomo's got one eye like this, like opening, like, oh my god,
June is so fascinated.
Yeah, while June is like, and then she's like, oh, does he like pervy stuff like this? Is he a perv?
Yeah.
Does he want to do stuff like that with me?
Yeah, then we're gonna get to them talking.
Yeah, they're walking home. They're like, hey, you ready to go home? And wait, you want to?
Yeah, no, she was talking about like usually like before, like I wouldn't watch this stuff. I wouldn't like it, but
yeah,
it's different. Like as I was with you,
I fell in love with you. Yeah, and she gets flustered again. So basically, it's nighttime. They're walking their way home, and June is like, hey, you want to go home? And June's like, and Tomo's like, no, I want to go to your house. Okay. His mom's not there. They're alone. He's sitting on the bed. She's on the floor.
And he was like, hey, you want to play games or something? And she said, no.
No, I'm good.
And then she said, hey, can I sit next to you on the bed?
Yeah. And
they're like far apart.
Awkward as fuck. Super awkward, super tense and nervous. And Tomo's finally just says, fuck it. Like, fuck this. I want to kiss you. Huh?
And then he's like, I want to too, but it's like,
he's like,
I think these flow, like we're not going out.
Yeah, he's like, I think about touching you and kissing you all the time, but I want to make those moments special. And it feels awkward because we're not officially going out. And she goes, yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like we're not. It's like,
And the
No,
story
then
comes
we
out
find
that
out
he basically after
he
she
talked to the
confessed,
parents.
talked to her parents, and her mother was 100% like, yeah, fuck my daughter. And the father's like, you have to beat me in a fight.
Yeah, so basically,
And Tomo is pissed.
at the dad.
Yeah.
And
Pissed at June for not telling him.
first at June for not telling. Then yeah, she goes to the dad. Like, why would you say this? He's not answering her.
Yeah.
And now she's getting emotional. He says, "I hate you.
I hate you." Broke her heart. Broke his heart.
Yeah. And then Academy, the mother's like, why the fuck would you do that to her?
Why would you do that, dude? Like, are you dumb? And meanwhile, throughout this, Mizuzu, Carol, and Tomo were all supposed to hang out. She blew them off. She blew June off. She was
so Mizuzu and Carol are blaming June.
Yeah, they're like, it's got to be June. It's got to be June. So they come up to Carol. They're like, hey, long time. It's been 2 weeks.
Come on, not Carol.
Tomo, sorry, yeah. It's Carol. No, it's Carol and Mizuzu came up to Tomo.
Yeah, but
like, hey.
you said they went to Carol.
No, sorry, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went to Tomo. They're like, hey, it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks. What the fuck, bitch?
Yeah. And then
they say what happened.
I'm
sorry. And they say what happened. They're like, oh, so they're like, and basically, I like Mizuzu's point. They're like, hey, if you want to play the damsel in distress over two men fighting over you, I 100% understand that.
But what do you want?
But what do you want? And she's still kind of like, wishy-washy. Tomo at the end of class is like, hey, I'm gonna go fight your father now. Huh?
June, not Tomo.
June is like, hey, I'm gonna go fight your father now. They're like, what?
Right
okay.
now.
So she's contemplative about everything. Meanwhile, she's got Senpai in a torture rack.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man?
She lugered him. It was fucking great.
Oh man.
She's got him in a torture rack.
Now they're talking like, oh yeah, I did too, because June was talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And then basically
Senpai offers her advice too, but this advice
I think you should support it type of thing. Like,
yeah, so she
I think it will really make him happy if you cheer him up.
She rushes home. June keeps getting his ass kicked, keep getting his ass kicked
over and over. Then Tomo sitting right next to her, like as he falls down.
She's like, yeah, I know. What are you doing here? And she basically is like, hey, by the way, like I've been watching him. He's like leaving, and then June cuts her off, and is like, yeah, I know. And so,
Tomo offers to fight in his place.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need to do this.
Yeah. And she's like, all right, well, if you get knocked out and you can't go anymore, I'm going to fight him. And that'll be good enough, right?
Then June talks to himself about these weaknesses. Like he's leaving himself open.
Yeah.
And it's more of a test. Basically, he wants to know that Tomo's going to be okay. Because again, they have flashback of Tomo put her life in danger for someone.
Yeah.
While June didn't.
Yeah.
And basically the father wants to know if he could be on that with her.
Yeah, like, I'm going to leave you with my baby girl. I want my baby girl to come home back to me. I don't want her to die because of you and your inability to
you don't act, you don't spring into the moment. Like,
yeah, basically you're not man enough.
Yeah. Yes. And eventually it got to the point where he punched the father in the face. He falls down on one knee, fingers touching the floor.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! And then the
and the fucking Akemi comes over. Enough! Smack!
Yep.
And then he's like, all right, well, my fingers briefly touched them. My knee hit the ground.
They count. You win.
And he's like, I won. And Tomo just tackles June in front of her family. Like, oh, this is so great. And they're all being cuddly, like in a way.
Yeah, now they're outside. He's like, so you won, right?
Yeah, that means
so what that means.
He's like, no, cuts her off. Wait.
I love you. Go out with me.
And she's like, why'd you steal my thunder?
It's a mad
thing. To do that.
Oh yeah, well, I'm doing this. So she pulls him in. Gives him a kiss.
Yep. And June freaks the fuck out. June's like, what the fuck did you do that for? And she was like, no, like, you looked so cool back there when you fought my father and you made my heart race.
I'm going to fuck you right there.
Basically. I expect her to be like, ooh, like, she got a little wet there. But no, she's like, from now on, it's my turn to make your heart race. And June is like, bring it on. And they embrace again to end the series.
Yep. Group photo. Tomo's happy. I gave it a 4.25.
4.5.
It's very good.
4.5 for me. 4.25 for you is good too. It's solid. Super solid. This ended spectacularly.
Because I was worried. I was worried about the finale because they did the confession. I
called it though. I called it. Remember? I called it on the podcast with Sean. We talked about it briefly because we talked about rom-coms, and I said, you got so fucked here. Yeah, I know, Mike. Thanks. My cousin texted me about fantasy basketball. But no. I called it on the podcast on them. They were like, well, what's left to do? And I was like, the kiss. I was like the kiss and like the happily ever after. Those are the two only possibilities, basically, you know. And so yeah, but no, this ended so well. It's so interesting because coming into the season, this was potentially going to be the fourth best comedy. It ended up, for me at least, being the second. It ended up being the second, not comedy, I'm sorry, romance, the rom-com.
Yeah.
It ended up being the second best rom-com of the series, of the season. With a solid end. It was great. It was absolutely great. This would be one that I would recommend to people.
Exactly, agreed. All right, co-main, Angel Next Door. Go ahead.
My baby.
Yep, go ahead.
So we got to talk about the penultimate episode. Penultimate.
Did anything major happen in that or no?
Toward the end, basically.
So talk about that. So talk about
toward the end of the penultimate episode, basically Mahiru and Amane are sitting together in the home, and basically Mahiru is basically feeling herself like, you're so cute, you're so cute, you're so cute. It kept bothering Amane because of his self-confidence issues, and he says, listen, if you say I'm cute one more time, I'm gonna cover your mouth with my hand. Okay, you're so cute. And he covers her mouth. And the penultimate episode, the season finale starts off in that exact moment, and it's, you know, and so he's got his left hand on her wrist, his right hand over her mouth, and she's like, he whispers to her like, say it again, and I'm doing the same thing without the hand. He lets go. Mahiru leaps up, kisses him on the cheek, runs out.
Yep.
Whoa.
And things got awkward for a bit.
Whoa. Things got awkward. You know, Amane talks it out with the boys. The boys, you know, kind of give him a little bit of a push. And so he's like, you know what, we'll have this conversation, like, you know, when we get home. So then they come home and they have the conversation, like, you know, why did you do that? Da 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 da. You know, they have this like back and forth basically. And it's like, all right, well, you know, they clear the air basically, and they're good. And by the way, what's it called? Amane is like, hey, by the way, as she's making dinner, like, what things are you part of? She's like, I'm part of the relay race, and I'm part of the scavenger hunt. And she's like, oh, I'm part of the scavenger hunt too. That's perfect, right? So
yeah, so she has something cooking in mind.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have something cooking in mind.
No, someone does, but
Chitose has something cooking in mind.
But
so
basically, Mahiru wants. They help, but it was mostly her. But it's like more it's for him. It's for him basically.
It's for them basically, yeah. So the day of the festival comes, everything is good, all is well, and it after Chitose does really well in the relay race, she comes over to the boys, and Amane is like, all right, I gotta get ready for the scavenger hunt, and Chitose is like, oh, you're part of the scavenger hunt? Oh, I was the committee chair for the scavenger hunt. You're gonna have a good time, I guarantee it. See you out there. Yeah. Walks out, and Amane is like, I have a bad feeling about this. And so the scavenger hunt happens. They each of them pick up their card. Coincidentally, their cards match what they need. Yeah. So they run together to the finish line. Mahiru grabs Amane's hand, and all the boys are like, oh my god, the angels grabbed fucking Amane's hand. Like, dude, like, I wish that was you. Like, switch places with me, bro. I want to touch her hand.
Yeah, no.
They cross the finish line together. Chitose is like, licking her chops at this. And they're like, all right, well, let's read what you guys needed, since you guys said that you guys are both each other's thing. So Mahiru is like, Amane, I want you to go first. So Amane gives the paper to Chitose. Chitose said, Amane's paper says, find someone that you think is beautiful. That makes perfect sense. You've certainly got a beautiful woman here.
Yep.
No problem.
She opens hers.
Yeah, so she gives
someone who is dear to you.
No, you keep ruining it. Fuck.
What?
You ruined it. No, you have to build it up, because she gives him the paper. Chitose didn't know. She opens the paper and she's like, and she looks at Mahiru. Mahiru nods yes. Read it. And says, someone that you think is dear to you. Amane. Crowd is stunned. Amane is stunned.
Yeah, basically, it was like an open confession.
Person that she said that is dear to him this entire time has been Amane. Lunch break happens. Amane is stormed by jealous guys. Like,
how like, hey, what the fuck?
Like, why? What makes you so special? Like, how did you get so close? And so Amane, you know, comes out truthfully, like, hey, we've been close for over a year, like, more or less. And she's like, wait, so that person that she went to the mall, that person she's been talking about, that's been you this whole time? He goes, I guess so. I guess so. And she's like, oh, what makes you so special? Da 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 da. Like the boys are pissed. And so Mahiru comes in. They're like, well, now, don't bully Amane-kun, and they're like, well, what makes him so special? And Mahiru proceeds to do the biggest teardown of a bully that's ever been done in a romance film ever. Breaks him down like, oh, like, he's kind, he's sweet, he treats me like a gentleman, he treats me with respect, he never once has anything gone bad, or he has, no ill intentions. Yeah, but like, so why do you think he doesn't do it? It's like, oh, but he looks so drab and he's so meh. He's like, oh, so you like somebody based off their looks? Is that what you're saying? Is that the only thing?
Like, no.
Is their looks? And they're like, no. They're like, all right, anything else you want to say? No, we're sorry. They all scatter.
Basically, yeah, I think you apologize. It's more of, let's go.
Yeah, like fuck. And so again, everything is shocking. So, but this strengthens Amane's resolve, and is like, listen, Mahiru just basically told the entire school like what we are, so I need to make this official. And so that day comes, the sunset is rising. Mahiru opens the door. First thing she says to Amane is like, I know you have a lot of questions. I know you may be angry, and I want to talk to you. And she's like, no. Amane's like, no, sit down. Like, I want to talk to you about something. And proceeds to basically say like, hey, like, I've liked you this entire time. I just couldn't make a move until I knew where you stood. But of course, you made the move before I could make the move. I know where you stand. I know where we stand. I love you. I want to like basically be with you.
I promise to be a better person.
Yeah, I want to be a better person with you. Like, my life has been so much better with you. I promise to always protect you. I promise to treasure you. Will you go out with me? And this whole time, Mahiru is just, over the moon. She's smiling. She nods like, yep, I want to be with you. Yep, we can be together. They embrace in a long, loving embrace as the sun sets to end the episode and end the season.
Yep.
Fantastic end. Such a fantastic
great end. Is probably one of the better endings.
One of the better endings of a romance in a while. Definitely one of the better endings of the season. Not for our finale. This might have been the best ending of the season.
Yeah.
I gave this 5 stars, obviously. I've talked about it and gushed about it so long.
This is a 5.
It's a 5. Yes! I love when you agree with me on shit like this. Love it. It's a 5 star. I mean, just how can you not call, something? I'll give you another spoiler. Mahiru isn't my best girl. But how could you not give Amane best boy? How can you not? I cannot fathom another boy. I can't. Unless you want to put Vash in there. I guess maybe you could put Vash in there. I can't think of another boy. I can't. In all the animes that we watched.
Wait till next week.
Oh, you thought of one.
Yeah, I had it down already.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was locked like a couple weeks ago.
And I don't remember.
But, yeah, I didn't tell you.
I should have. I would have picked up on cues, but
you'll find out next week.
Regardless, it's such a wonderful show. Like I've said before, the reason why I fell in love with it more than anything is because of the fact that it reminds me of all the beautiful things that like I've been through in relationships, and all the stuff that like you ever aspire to be. At the end of the day, like here, I got a better idea. I'm gonna read you my review real quick. I'm gonna read the review real quick. Let me see.
All right.
It's because it's a wonderful review. There's a particular piece in it that like really sums it up as a whole. Okay, here it is. So I'll read you from the second the second I'm just gonna read you the second paragraph. The second paragraph is really the most telling. I said, over the course of the 12 episodes, we see the exponential growth of both Amane and Mahiru.
Starman, he has his eyes. He gives the eye emoji. What's your eye emoji for, Starman?
We can't see it, which is weird. Like we
can't see Facebook. We can see YouTube and Twitch.
Which is odd. And that happened yesterday.
So Starman, you gotta go to the YouTube for the interactions.
The tube of you, or the
tubes
Twitch,
of you.
The Twitchers.
Yeah, the tweets,
as Cornette would say.
Yeah.
No, over the course of 12 episodes, we see the exponential growth of both Amane and Mahiru as they learn to become different people thanks to the other. What starts out as a completely platonic and somewhat contentious relationship, I gotta put relationship here, friendship becomes something so pure and beautiful, words cannot do it justice. Mane's easily my best boy of the season, spoiler alert.
Never once does he do anything inappropriate and always treated Mahiru with respect, dignity, and care. And Mahiru, called the angel of the school, blossomed into the most beautiful and caring woman. The foundations of their relationship are the stuff that dreams are made of and is exactly what any person striving for a healthy, loving relationship should strive for. That, in essence, is truly what describes Angel Next Door, is the building blocks of a pure, healthy, wholesome relationship. There's no other anime that I could think of besides maybe Horimiya, that, and I guess Clanad, because Clanad just covers the entire spectrum of relationship from life to death. But I can't think of many other rom-coms that really cover that spectrum and tell that story, to be someone like, again, where you can wholeheartedly give yourself up and trust that that person is there to hold you and catch you. It's just absolutely fucking wonderful. It's wonderful. And I can go into it. I probably will go into it more, especially as we have this debate with Starman next week.
Yeah.
I can expound on that.
All right. Main events.
Trigun. The best finale of the season.
Well, we had to talk about the penultimate.
Yes.
Because it ties into it and it's very important.
It is indeed.
Yeah, Vash, he's underground, like in the underwater chamber because of Professor Bill.
Yep.
And so his knives. He puts his metal tentacles in it, like stabs them. Basically keeps him still.
Yep.
To connect his core to the plants.
Yep.
And while Meryl looks at this, Vash is basically getting a memory wipe. He's like, Knives needs Vash.
Yeah, he's also, part of his plan is to artificially inseminate the plants to birth new independence.
Yep. And he needs Vash to do this. And it's mostly flashback, but it's just more of Vash's inner struggles.
It is.
With Rem and Nai, like as kids.
It is.
Everything's going on. And
it reminded me of Inception.
A little. As you went deeper. Well, first it went to where they met as adults, and now it's just everything. Like Vash is happy.
Yeah,
he has his family back.
Yeah,
and it's just slowly killing him. Everything going on. Like it was Vash's fault for giving Nai the program to.
Yep.
Because they saw what they were doing to independence before them.
Yep.
One was disembodied, head, brain, and all this.
Yep. Yep.
And what you hear from Knives is this: "I'm doing this for you," and it's just what the fuck type of thing. And
it's twisted in all the right and wrong ways at the same time.
Exactly. And it's just like, do you can you agree with Knives after that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's brought up all these points.
Yeah.
And what's Vash doing this for?
He's doing it for humanity.
Yeah.
He's doing it for the sanctity of humanity.
Yeah, and then Knives is are they worth it though? Especially what they've been doing to us.
Yeah.
We're not experiments, we're not toys
to
them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to give a home for us, and why can't you accept that?
Yeah.
And we had a nice thing with Wolfwood to go into Roberto's body, gives him a cigarettes.
He's like, I owe you one.
And he's like, I'm sorry, type of thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry, I owe you one for the cigarettes, kid.
Yeah.
Grabs cigarettes, walks away as the plant is basically. And did you got to the point where as he's doing this, the plant is taking over July?
Yeah.
The plant.
Basically, and Vash is the core of this, basically.
Yeah, Vash is the core of the plant. It's taking over the entire city of July. And Wolfwood is away. Speaks to Zazie the Beast, and was like, hey, don't you recognize the end of the world when you see it?
And then Wolfwood don't care.
Yeah, Wolfwood's like, yeah, fuck it. Where am I gonna go? And
then Meryl is trying so hard to break through, and
shooting.
And the end of this penultimate is Vash gave up.
Yeah,
he's completely
stoned.
He's completely stoned.
He's a husk. He's basically the husk of the tree, of the life tree.
And now we get to the finale. Meryl is still like trying.
Yep.
And is getting to the
By
point.
this time, Knives has entered the portal.
Yeah.
Is impregnating the portal with his ability. Therefore, the other plants are now pregnant. Very slowly giving birth. Vash is, and Vash is still going through his inner turmoil, but he finds a light through Rem, and as he's finding that light, everything begins to crack. But through the cracks, he hears Meryl's voice.
Yeah.
Vasha.
Vasha-san. Yep.
Vasha-san. Vash.
Yep. And then he wakes up. The professor's like, what the fuck's going on? Even Nice is confused.
Yeah.
Vash has a new look, like black jackets, spiked up hair.
He got an old hairstyle back.
Yep. So we got all of that.
Yep.
And this final battle is Vash has like the core, the plants of the core.
Yeah.
In his hands.
In a cube. Yeah.
And
he's trying to prevent Knives from getting it, and then we get an insane battle.
Yep, just back and forth.
Yeah.
Kudos to all the animators around.
It was beautiful. That just reminded me of something.
I love Vash's like guns, like his gunshots, like while like dodging and everything.
Yeah.
Just protecting this cube. Knives is not giving him an inch at all.
Yeah.
The people around July, they're confused. They're like freaking out, like what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
They're blaming the humanoid typhoon, obviously, because they're wrecking everything all around the city.
Meanwhile, Vash is trying to tell them, escape, leave.
Yeah, and both of them they were both like the one-winged angel. They had one wing.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, and then you see Vash with the purple light of the cube. You see fucking Knives with the blue light of his ability.
Yeah,
going up, shooting stars into space. And they figure out, hey, he's gonna shoot this energy in space. He's gonna shoot this energy.
Basically, it has to be away from them. So Vash is flying up.
Yep.
And he wants to shoot up there. Knives is behind him. He's like grabbing onto him.
Yep.
He's like trying to grab onto the cube while it's like burning him alive. Basically,
like coming down from the atmosphere.
Yeah,
coming down from the atmosphere. He's trying to grab it, and they're basically being burned alive from the atmosphere. And Knives just burning, skin burning.
Yeah, like his skull, like
with every fiber of his being, he's trying to get the core, trying to get.
And he's just begging Vash in general, and then Vash is telling him like stop. He doesn't want to hurt him.
Oh, this is killing you. Don't. But in a way, Knives, although he
said Knives dead, basically.
Yeah, but because of this, he didn't get to shoot the energy out in space. The energy falls into July. July ceases to exist.
Yep.
A giant fucking crater where July, the biggest city, the most modern city of the planet, vaporized.
Yeah, and now it actually makes sense of why his bounty is so big now.
Yes, he went
from the July incident
to 600 billion, I think it is, or 60 billion. 60 billion. It went from 6 million to 60 billion, but now like you said, everything ties in to what the original starts out as. You get Vash as that's the final reveal. You get
we'll get to that in a bit.
Meryl. Yeah, you get Meryl as Roberto's gone. She's now
she's
moved on. This is 3 years later. Sorry, it time skips. 3 years later.
3 years later,
Meryl
she goes to July. She leaves a pack of smokes for Roberto.
Yeah, and
gets a call
and a little thing.
Well, first the Beast goes to her.
Yeah,
and basically tells her stop. Like we're watching you.
Yeah, and so she makes nothing of it. She keeps driving. She gets a phone call on the way to wherever she's going. We find out she's now in the insurance field.
Well, she's about to be.
She's about to be. We're assigning you a kohai. Her name is Millie Thompson.
Yep. So there you go, people.
And we also see Vash 3 years later, and he's now Eric's. He's missing his arm because of the battle, and his hair is long. And he's just a shell of himself. And there's the little boy there that from the original series, and it said, "Hey, there's no need to be sad. We're here now. We're going to protect you." Series ends. Confirmation of a season 2, which is going to be in effect basically the retelling of the original.
Yep, it's called the final phase.
5 out of 5.
5.
5 out of 5.
So fucking good.
This Trigun shot up exponentially on my list. It
Mhm.
was in my 5. It's 1 and 2 right now between. That's my last little spoiler. It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2.
No, they did a fantastic job with this. Everyone involved, they made this better than the original.
Exponentially better.
Yeah, it's basically a prequel, but it's still a retelling. But they did so well. They actually explained what happened to Meryl,
Yeah.
why she had Millie, what happened in July, why Vash is why he is now, basically.
Yeah. If they didn't even do a follow-up to this, it would still fit perfectly.
Yeah, I wouldn't need it.
You don't need it, but we're gonna get it.
And I hope it's the same quality.
I hope it's the same quality, and I really hope. Like, my question is, because I didn't read the manga, and we've already repeated multiple times, this is basically a retelling from the manga's perspective.
Yeah, like it's a completely different story. They just took some stuff from the manga, but the story itself is just its own.
Is it? I thought it was like a retelling of the story closer to the manga. I thought that was my understanding.
They took a lot more from the manga, but story-wise, it's a completely different retelling.
So I'm very curious to see how they did it, because I mean, the second half now, which is basically going to be like the original in essence, is, like we said, a retelling of it. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to look. I'm very curious to see how.
I'm sure it'll be a little more humorous.
Yeah,
but I just hope they keep the dark tone of it.
Yeah,
and actual development of people still progress.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah,
don't act like DOG. Please don't.
Yeah,
because that would be very bad.
100%.
Yeah, no. Make it your own entity. Make it work. This was excellent.
100%.
Closing thoughts.
Let me do a Japanese lesson. Give me 2 seconds.
All right. While he does this, next week we are going to have Starman here once again in the second half of. Actually, no. Basically, as soon as we're done, it's gonna be a 2-parter, obviously. But once we are done with our finale reviews of Buddy Daddies and what else is I got Buddy Daddies and Tokyo Revengers.
And my singular of thing of what's it called? Damn, I'm forgetting it now. Exorcist. Exorcist, yeah, strongest Exorcist. My closing thoughts. Sorry, I just wanted to get that so I can get the point out of the way. My closing thoughts for what a strong season. What a strong season. I did all my awards for the first time early. Did all my awards.
Yeah,
I did
mine are done.
Yeah, my awards are done. My top 13 is done. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season this would be my top 13, I don't know how much of it I would have agreed with. But, everything came in clutch. Fucking man, Eternity turned out fantastic. Revenger was one of my favorites that you didn't watch.
Hero turned out really well.
Hero kept up more or less the hype. Trigun blew my expectations completely out the water. Angel Next Door was so stellar. Buddy Daddies, especially if they close it well.
Yeah, that was fun. Ice Sky was great.
So Buddy Daddies is locked in, where I think basically everything is truly, I think for me, the only thing that can move up or down is Revengers, depending on how this season finale ends. Everything else for me is locked where it is. So if Revengers has a chance to make it deeper into my 10. But in any case, yeah, dude, what a stellar season. It's funny, we looked at spring and it felt like spring was going to be like an off season in a way, considering we're watching far less and everything's a little more condensed.
But we're forgetting some continuations.
Yeah, we have Kubo coming back after week 7. Yeah, Nier hopefully will come back at some point as well.
And I got Vinland.
You have Vinland.
Yeah, if outside of those, I had 16 spring.
It's gonna be weird for me not having Boruto. I'm so used to Boruto being an integral part of my anime watching every Sunday for the last 3 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
Not going to be there. It's going to be weird. It doesn't come out.
I know. You're not going to close the Boruto anymore.
I'm not going to close the Boruto on my singles anymore.
Alrighty, guys. Again, we're gonna have Buddy Daddies and the Tokyo Revengers finales along with his Exorcist.
Yeah.
And our Cake Awards for as part 1. Part 2, of course, are going to be our top 10s and our watch lists. We talked about cake, follow cake. Let's get out of here, man. Follow me on Twitter at DamianPhoenix12. Follow our Twitter at Talk the Kēki while you still can, because I know Musk's going to fuck around on Twitter again. That means I might have to go to Instagram.
Come on.
Maybe, yeah. I had to use it a few times for when I was taking photos of cosplays.
What's it called? I don't know if we can just change the information for the Talk the Kēki Instagram. I'll just give you the Talk the Kēki Instagram, and you can just use that. I think it's my name though, so part of me feels like
I gotta find a social media platform we're not using for me to advertise it.
I mean, I'm not as good with advertising on Instagram, but so Instagram could work for you if you wanted to use the Talk the Kēki Instagram.
I will try.
Okay, because it's under mine. I don't update it nearly as enough as I need to. So
yeah. Also, guys, we have a link tree. Also, follow our Talk the Kēki Instagram. Follow him at Showstopper24. We have you where we listen to your favorite local podcast, whether it's iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, Audible. We want to thank Sean for being our editor. We want to thank both W2M Network and Share Shot Radio for hosting us on their platforms as well. If you do listen to them, you just check them out. We are going to do a Keki shop soon. I got one more coming up in June for Mushoku Tensei with my friend. I told him we would do it after season 2 got a release date. We would do it beforehand.
Oh, I want to join that.
Yeah, we will get to that. We're gonna, we'll try to keep that one short. But yeah, we're talking about season 1 a bit, the spin-off a little, and a little bit of the light novel as much as we can. And then any other plugs before we go?
Yeah, you can follow me on my anime Instagram at AI_24. I just finished posting my fall reviews. I have 3 movie reviews I need to post, and then I'll be starting to post my winter reviews ever slowly on those. You can follow me on the other Instagram, my podcast Instagram at podcast.senpai. As Matt said, all of our socials have link trees, so you can follow myself and Matt, as well as myself with my personal endeavors. Shout out to my boy Andy with the MMA for Marks podcast. We just did a recording yesterday that was just uploaded. Thank you, Sean, for being swift with that. Latest and greatest in terms of MMA. Look out for us every Monday or Tuesday from that perspective. You did my Twitter, so I think that's it, partner.
All right, we'll see you guys for our season finale next week. Arigato, and atufaku, and sayonara.
Sayonara, minasan.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Talk the Kēki.